everybody. It is Tuesday. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so you know what time it is. It is time from the barracks, where we talk about other airsoft related stuff. Tonight's main topic is the Serious Viking 3 AAR. I am Joker from Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest height but the tallest, shortest statue but the biggest heart.
You're the worst. I
know I am.
Right to
I
the
am.
script.
The funny thing is like for some reason looking at your face has thrown me off so bad that I'm just giggling over here. So let's try that again. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Greg Paparisi from Dead End Outfitters.
What's going on, everybody?
Crisperson from TDZ, Team Danger Zone Airsoft. Otherwise known forever as the Apple Man now. Was it a crispy apple at least?
It was a Honey Crisp, actually.
It was a Honey Crisp.
My fave.
So it's a unique stream because we wanted to make sure we had the AAR quickly following the event, so that way most of the stuff was fresh in people's minds. I'm in a unique position this time, guys, because I wasn't at the event. I got COVID. Tested positive a few days beforehand, so I did the sensible thing and didn't go, even though I tested negative by Friday. So I don't have a whole lot of information save for what people have already told me and the information that came flying in. So I'll reiterate some of the stuff that I read online and stuff like that. But of course, I have two gentlemen here. Weiner will be joining us in a little bit. He's running late. Because he decided that he had to go to the grocery store. So, gentlemen, welcome.
What?
He had to go to the grocery store. Maybe. Oh, wait, hold on. He might have been just. Oh, wait, that's Christopher coming back in.
No, that was Christopher disappearing.
I had disappearing and reappearing. Let's talk. We're going to be talking about Serious Viking. We're going to talk a little bit about Pew Pew at Sea. For those of you that don't know about it, we're also going to talk quite a little bit about Operation Big House, the Syndicate, going over some information for that, and throughout the course of the show and all that. So thank everybody for coming on and everybody that's talking. Serious Viking 3 was this weekend, and I guess we'll go ahead and announce at the start of it that Tan won.
And, way to just throw that out there. Thanks. It doesn't hurt at all.
By about 5,000 points. They only won because I wasn't there.
You could have easily, they only won by 5,000 because you weren't there. Otherwise, they would have won by 10.
They would have lost by 20 if I was there.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We had plenty of lone wolves right on my own team. It's okay. Plenty of lone wolves. Yeah.
So, Papa, if you want to go ahead and start talking, just go ahead and tell us what you start giving us your breakdown of the AAR.
But before we go into,
You're back.
Yeah. Well, for me, before we go into detail about the event or anything, I got to start off with number one, my XO, Sean Moore. Phenomenal job.
He was pushy.
Absolutely, he was absolutely. Sometimes you have in garrison leadership and field leadership. Occasionally have that. He was a phenomenal leader. He was able to take care of gathering everybody up, dissemination of information, all before the event, doing all of that, making sure all of that was taken care of. I was able to give him quick, blurbs. Tell him, hey, this is what I want, and he would decipher it out and spell it out and send it out to everybody. And it was absolutely amazing job. I can't say enough about what he did in regards to that. Without him, there's no way I would have been able to be where I was at the start of the event. He really did a fantastic job. Beyond him, my own personal team, great job. This was their first National Milsim event, and they were as prepared as they could be, and they did a great job. They got a lot of lessons, learned a bunch from it, and Fight Company as a whole, really, really great job. I mean, we had a lot of guys between my platoon leaders, Scott and Greg, they both did fantastic jobs keeping their guys together, passing information back and forth. Again, just as a whole, the event was great, but these are the people that I got to name off. And the support given to me by them, by my own guys, Christian Harris didn't leave my side the whole time. He was my hip man, and Echo 4, as always, they definitely showed a strong force. So that I got to throw all of those accolades. I got to throw them out there.
Right. Man, that was truer than I thought it was going to be. Sorry.
Christopher, you got anything?
Well, I'm going to jump over to chat real quick. 11 Blood Mage. All of a sudden, I heard beeping tones in the background. I was like, "What the hell was that sound?" Thomas Pentler, what's up, boys? Papa, don't play around, Adir. Had a great time at Serious Viking 3. It was lit. Sup, guys? Op 4 from Josh Porter. Sup, guys from Op 4 Airsoft team. Hell yeah, we did TAN team for life. Well, well, Thomas, screw you. Anyways. So one of the first things I guess that I could bring up and address, like when it comes down to all that, well, I guess Christopher, you go ahead and tell your part of stuff.
What, just at the event? I mean, Guardian Center is the mecca of Airsoft. This is my second time playing. Got to play back in January with AMS at Iron Horse 3. You were there. Mm-hmm. I will say that, how do I say this? Guardian Center made TCA jump through a ton of hoops, which was unfortunate for the players. And it wasn't TCA's fault at all. I'll say that. So if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. If you weren't, then, whatever.
So I could say some of it because I wasn't there and I heard about it.
There were some limitations that were put on that originally weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
some kind of like, how high can you jump? Okay, we're going to need you to jump even higher and higher again. And, but anyway, let's not talk about that because that's over and done with, and there's nothing that we can do about Guardian Centers.
Well, actually, part of this AAR is always talk about, and again, it's not a matter of, first off, I don't think I'm on the blip of or the radar of Guardian Center, so I don't think I'll get in trouble for addressing a lot of this stuff out there, or at least I hope I'm not on the radar for Guardian Center, but it'd be cool if I am. Anyways, there's some stuff that needs to be said that needs to sort of be addressed because I've already seen a lot of these complaints coming out, and I wasn't there. I started hearing about it Friday or Saturday. So one of the first things that my understanding was that it took TCA fighting to be able just to set up on at like Friday morning, even though they're supposed to be on site earlier. For the tier 1, I heard from I think 12 different people asked me if I heard about what happened at tier 1, where Op 4 were no longer allowed to be on the roofs. So of course Sal did the right thing as soon as they said you're not allowed on the roofs. He goes, get off the roof, So it's always great working for it's always great having somebody like Sal there as an event coordinator because he just like there's no playing around. The rules are the rules. Get down. We're not messing this up. There was we're going to talk a little bit about it. There was complaints about some of the vehicles. There was complaints about some of the pane breaking. Complaints about color factions, people not wearing full color. Wait, look, I get it if you're going to like some other game where they're just not established. It's like a new company or it's one of those ones that's a regional company. But TCA rule sets are very specific when it comes down to uniforms and the stuff you're supposed to wear. How do you let?
We had
real quick. You were talking about. You mentioned like the vehicles. Somebody was complaining about a green Humvee that was on tan.
Not only a green, but a M81 Hummer.
But here's the thing. I was okay with it, to be honest, because they had a tan flag. Look at the tan flag. Flag's tan vehicle. I'm not going to ask a guy to drop $3,000 just to paint his Humvee every time he comes out, decides to switch sides. I was okay with it.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt on that one point right there. with my tan gun truck, I had to paint the sidewalls. I had to make sure that my vehicle appeared green to them, which means cargo netting, something, any sort of other green significance to put on the tan truck to make sure that we weren't going to have that problem. And pretty big markers on all sides. So I sort of agree with some of the complaints that are out there with a caveat, right?
So let me
Uh,
talk about this like if this was my first TCA event, which by no means was it. So if I was Joe Blow, first time at a TCA event,
And evidently there were a lot of new players.
I show up to the Guardian Centers and show up for formation, which they did split tan and green, like they always do. But the problem is the technicals aren't up there on each side with the teams. They're all staged together. So as a player walking up, I see an M81 Hummer. Well, hey, that's our technical. You know, I see a tan truck. Hey, that's tan's technical. So I'm just saying that would help if somehow you had the trucks there with each side. So, you know, oh, wow, that green Hummer is apparently a tan truck. Now, yes, their team flag was tan and on the back. And if it was driving towards you, you had no clue. I remember at all other TCA events, there is the vehicles have a tan flag, a separate tan flag, and also a red flag that they have to put up, which we'll get into that later about some incidences. But it was not easily recognized as in the past with Mark and his magnets, other ways of identifying. And like the AJ06 Junkies Hummer, they spent an hour on Friday putting green netting all over it and zip tying it. So there was no question that their Hummer was green. All I'm saying is they could have put some kind of tan something to kind of cover up the M81.
And
it wouldn't have cost a lot of money.
I'll say something as somebody that wasn't there.
I agree with you, but the I think was more than necessary. I mean, look, airsofters are always going to find something. There's always something to gripe about. That's just what's going to always happen. And I agree. There could have been some cover up, but in the end, you know, like I saw it coming. I could see that there was a tan flag posted. I knew it was tan. So I could get it. I understand. I definitely understand both sides. It wasn't that big. For me, it wasn't that big of a deal.
It should not have been that big of a deal after the first 15 to 20 minutes of game start.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but at game start, you should know, hey, is that tan truck mine or is that tan truck theirs? I mean, you get shot by
I normally would agree with you on that one, but the problem with Guardian Center is if you're a technical inside that town, you're a huge target. And a lot of times those technicals didn't get very far into town. So if you're on the back side, the south side near the woods, you never saw those tan technicals like you did in the front. But agreed, once you find out the green Hummer is not a Eastern technical, then you know.
Now, well, I'll say it this way, and I'm going to say it, and I'm not saying it to insult anybody because I'm obviously a technical driver that has sometimes played on either side. It is the responsibility and duty of command to disseminate the information to all the people under their command of, hey, be aware, we only have two technicals. If it's not a Jeep or the Junkies Humvee, shoot it.
Yep. And we only had one until the second day when we got our surprise, which was Junkies Humvee. That was the second day. We didn't have it both days.
Oh, you only had it one day.
I didn't see it on the field Saturday. It was definitely on the field for us hard Sunday.
Yeah. We didn't have it both days. Yep. We had it one day.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
What's up, Sam? So Sam's saying as playing as green, I know I was lit up in the street with a clear shots with my ML36 on tan that had green vehicles. Totally ruined the flow of the game for my squad on a couple of occasions. I could not see the tan personnel in the vehicle, or I hate it when he cuts it off like that, or in the back until it was too late. Again, getting caught once or twice, I can understand that if it's like the
Yeah.
one that goes through. I mean, personally, I always try now to make sure that the vehicles that I am bringing have the color designation that are clearly seen. I can understand if it's the bus. You caught off guard with the bus because the bus was switching sides every hour. Totally appreciate the fact that those signage was not big enough, and we needed bigger stuff for future events to signify whether it's on green or tan. Um, Oh, the Junkies Humvee was being used for helicopter tier 1 for Saturday.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
That makes 100% sense. So, and again, this is supposed to be an AAR to give constructive criticism for stuff moving forward. So that way things could change. I personally feel, which I was fine with, is that in the future, if you have if your vehicle is off color, that you just need to go and put the proper coloration on there. These people have known for months beforehand that they're bringing this vehicle to this event. They could have brought some stuff to make the colorations on there different, especially like the Humvee. The Humvee, the only thing they really had to do was if they wanted to go cheap, that cargo, that desert tan netting is cheap as hell at Walmart. That's where I got the green ones for mine. 2 or 3. Yes, tan did have way more vehicles than green because I was
so
not
Thomas.
there.
Yeah, let me talk about that real fast. They had TCA had only got 10 fingers, but they had 12 technical tickets, 6 for Eastern, 6 for Western. We had 6 and 6 for both sides, and the attrition rate on Eastern, Mark was bringing 2. He had COVID. He had another guy with a Hummer whose starter broke. Unfortunately, we ended up with 1 technical actually showing up. That was the Jeep.
Well, that was another thing that we could talk about the insurance issue. So, I mean, I always expect whenever I go to an event that I'm going to be asked for my insurance. It's not a big deal. They didn't ask me to change my insurance. They just asked for my insurance information. They want to make sure that a vehicle's on site has insurance. So I still don't understand why people are upset why are they suddenly asking for insurance? All right, maybe it's your first time bringing a technical to an event, but in the state of Florida, where I think most of the technicals came from Florida and also in the state of Georgia, in order to have a registered vehicle, and I think it's within all 50 states, but there might be a couple that don't have it, you have to have insurance if your vehicle has a tag.
Yeah, you have to have, at the very least, you have to have liability. All vehicles, at the very least, have to have liability insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so if the people were complaining about having to present it, what should happen in the future as a feedback for TCA is that if person's coming there with a vehicle, have them submit their vehicle information with their ticket, just their insurance information with their ticket. That way they can show that they have insurance.
Yeah, Thomas, I think part of that was not TCA as much as it was GTC or Guardian Centers that was asking for way above and beyond what TCA actually requires.
Well, and again, that probably falls down the line of where's the insurance coverage coming from, right? Because if you're using, and I mean, I could be wrong on this, but if I'm bringing my vehicle to an event and I have insurance coverage, certain insurance coverages, if there's an accident on the field, somebody getting injured, somebody getting hurt, it's going to fall on the event insurance first, then on the vehicle insurance after. So I could be wrong on it. I don't think I'm wrong on it. So maybe it was a fact that maybe TCA, like Guardian Center, sort of required them to have a hell of a lot more insurance for each vehicle to be done. And Greg just went bye-bye. There he is.
Sorry, guys.
Greg just like, I'm out. They want
it may or may not happen over the next couple of minutes as we get checked in and everything, but.
Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, if you have to go get checked in, brother, I appreciate you, coming on because you have a lot of information to share on this.
No, and I that's why, like, I said, let me double check to make sure we can do it today. Things have been a little crazy for me, obviously. Most anybody that knows me knows everything I've been going through over the past several weeks. So, but I really did want to make it because I got a lot to say. First of all, I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was absolutely fantastic. And I wanted, before we went too much further, I wanted to add one more precursor if I could. And
Sure.
Christopher, I'm sure you're going to agree with this. Before anybody starts saying too much, whether it's here on the stream or people have already started posting things, obviously, on Facebook or what have you. Understand when you start yelling about a lot of cheaters or a lot of this or a lot of that, please remember, these are all individuals. These are all people who either didn't read, didn't comprehend, didn't remember, didn't pay attention, didn't care about the rule set. There was several times we saw people moving around technicals where they weren't 10 feet, they weren't even 10 inches away from the vehicle, or guys. I can't even tell you how many times I was yelling at my own guys. Got first floor. You got to break the plane. You got to break the plane. I got guys shooting from 30 feet, middle of the building, shooting out the window. Great. That's an awesome shot. Phenomenal shot. And in real world, that's exactly where you'd be, because you'd be hidden. But that's not what the rule set states. Nothing against TCA. TCA put it out there at your safety brief. He put it out there. Everything was out there. Follow the rules, follow the rules, follow the rules. Please don't bash the event host for people not following rules. They all got docked. I was there. I watched people get docked for the vehicle thing, for different things. I watched all of it happen. They try to be as on top of it as possible. When you're dealing with 600 plus players, and you've got, even if you had 30 admins on the field at one time, that you're talking about one admin to 20 players, right? Did I do that math right? Am I close?
Close to that.
Something like that. Right? That ratio is very high to try to track everything that's going on. I will tell you that TCA did a phenomenal job. From
they always do.
There were people that complained about how long it took for check-in. Look, again, 600 players. And these are airsofters. Airsofters are by nature, we're all, I'm not gonna say it, but we're a little impatient, a little annoying, a bunch of ADD people,
That's always been a criticism. I mean, look, TCA, if you go to any TCA event, I think the only complaint that keeps happening for almost every event is the initial check-in lines. And I think it's, and it was not clear about what, a lot of people are complaining it wasn't clear about what side it was. Tier 1 people had to get checked in first, because obviously they got to get ready. 600, but only one computer at check-in. There's stuff like that goes on, that is, I'm sure, incredibly frustrating for a lot of people when they're going to deal with trying to go to an event like this and have a good time, and they're standing out there for 2 hours. So I think there was part of the confusion. Do the safety break on Saturday, break the plane, but 5 feet away from the window was marksmanship?
Okay, so what he's talking about,
yep,
and that is on a murder hole where it's got to be big enough to stick your head through. If not, you have to break the plane of the murder hole or be 3 foot back, which is marksmanship. That's straight up Sal talking right there. I think there's a bunch of confusion coming in, and I don't want to say anything till TCA. They're supposed to be making a video. My interpretation, break the plane has always been, and that's what I am, as an LMGer, because you don't want somebody walking by the window and getting a burst of 1.86 joules in the side of the face.
Just getting drilled in the neck.
And same thing with the sniper. You don't want 3.6 joules of a 4.8 upside your head.
Right.
Now,
right.
In my opinion, not TCA's, not anybody else's, Kevin Walker's opinion of break the plane is what a lot of people were saying and making good arguments about, is if it is a 0 MED weapon, there should not be a break the plane issue. I kind of feel, that makes sense. But if it is an MED weapon, that is where it has to break the plane first floor only, so nobody walks through it.
I don't know about you. I'm not the kind of guy that simply walks in front of a window, especially when I'm on a car.
Keep in mind, a lot of places like Mayhem Mill, Carlisle, South Carolina, there are no windows to walk past and get shot because they still have glass in them. At GTI, off the top of my head, without really thinking, there's really no open windows on the first floor for this to be an issue. So this is an issue not common to all AOs. And if it is the break the plane, there are many times I got shot from inside a building that I should have just flipped them off and said, hey, you didn't break the plane.
I got introduced to the break the plane through Doomsday at Overwatch, and the windows were higher. You know, most of the windows at Guardian Center were actually larger windows you could actually walk through.
Yeah.
The windows at at Overwatch. Someone like myself walking, someone like myself. That's one of those windows. It's my head, right? And
yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right. Yeah, my Bluetooth got messed up. Sorry. So, shut up. Stop talking. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I got somebody trying to call in. So
on the plus side, we're not listening to Greg's computer make any noises tonight.
All right, enough of that. You got walking past. Yeah, zero MED. I understand that, but even on my field when I teach zero MED, still zero MED isn't point blank to the head though. Your zero MED should be somewhere in the gear, things like that. So if I am walking past the window and somebody hits me with a zero MED, they're gonna hit me here. I walk past the window, I'm catching it right to the face, right in the ear, right in the neck, things like that. And these guys are pushing, and that these guys are right at the 3.99.99 joule. That I think for me personally, I think that's where that should come from. Break the plane. It's not that big a deal to break the plane. It's really not. It's more of a guys being afraid to step out into the window. I think is what some of it is.
Yeah, the complaints that I was seeing about the break the plane was that they're like, oh, if people don't break the plane, they're basically invincible. I'm sorry, but I beg to differ. I was at because the break the plane rule, I believe, was also at AMS, right, Kevin?
I think Bo might have said something about that. I can't remember, but
I'm pretty sure that break the plane had to be applied to the first floor as well. So
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying I don't 100% remember.
Sorry. That was an important I don't know what the deal is, and maybe like the same person that's calling Greg is also messing with me right now. It's like I am on my stream. Leave me alone. There's Greg's back.
Yes.
But so at AMS, the break the plane rule was there, but they're like, oh, they're just going to be invincible. Hell no! I pushed multiple buildings and took multiple people out. It's not hard to get somebody that's inside. If they're not breaking the plane or if they are breaking the plane. It doesn't matter to me whether or not somebody is or is not breaking the plane. Some of the arguments on it were kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. And I'm not really insulting anybody that's for or against it. But when you actually sit down and look at it, it's like it just means that you have to change up your tactics to adapt to the rule set and not necessarily be shoehorned into shoehorn the rules or the event's gameplay into your gameplay. You sometimes have to take that and just be like, all right, well, like for instance, almost 90% of the games I play at, gun hits don't count. There are a few places where gun hits do count, like Bad Blood, and wasn't it also at Will's game, Greg? The Colony Wars. I think gun hits counted there.
No, gun hits didn't count at Colony Wars.
real quick, talking about gun hits, what I think would be cool is if you had a gun hit, you have to immediately transition to your secondary. Because, hey, what would happen if your gun got hit in real life? It most likely would be down. I'm just saying that would be cool if you had to put your rifle down, transition to your sidearm if you had a gun hit, but you're not, dead.
Well, the problem that comes up with it, I don't like that rule at all because I never run a sidearm.
I do because I run LMG and I need that for my 50-foot MED.
Yeah, but I think the problem that comes up with that, if you institute a rule like that into play, it's going to cause so much confusion with an established group that's already there. Okay, so it's Elven Blood Mage. Obviously, I should have realized what that was instead of trying to read it on the fly last time instead of saying 11. I think the biggest issue with Break the Plane was that you could be in the middle of a building and get hit by somebody 50 feet outside of the window, and it would count, but you can't fire back unless you break the plane.
It's a safety issue.
All right. I have to just.
That's the bottom line. It's a safety.
I understand what you're saying, Greg. I mean, Elven Blood Mage does have a point. If he's 50 feet back in the back of the thing, especially if he's if you're like a rifleman, which makes sense that you can easily set the rule that the plane has to be broken by LMGs or by snipers, is that you can't use bolt action or LMGs inside of a building. They have to be out the window. You could shoot out to in, you could shoot in to out, but you can't shoot from in all the way across the building to out. Cameron, it mostly has to do with, again, the higher caliber classes and all that. The LMGs and the sniper rifles. Also, I'd also say it should count also for tagging projectiles, because I heard there was a couple issues with that with shooting from far inside out.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody shooting tag-ins from way inside out. I was running a tag-in launcher, I think Saturday lunch on through the end of Evo Sunday. And I mean, I can't even imagine when I would do that. Now, there were plenty of times that I popped out a window and took out a technical on Saturday, but I would never shoot from inside the building. But that's just me, and that's the same thing like when Greg was talking about 0 MEDs and not getting shot, point blank. Even if I'm running a 0 MED weapon, I'm not going to shoot somebody less than 10 feet. I'm going to give them an opportunity to realize, unless their back's to me, and I'll put one in the back of their gear or something. I'm not going to shoot somebody in the face from 10 feet away. In fact, I try not to shoot anybody in the face.
Hi, Ashley. Yeah, like Scott said, from outside, I don't have to break the plane for anyone inside. All right, so also, if I was in the middle of the building and someone's breaching the room, the guy outside is invincible until he's inside the building. I'll disagree with that. I mean, if you're inside the building and somebody's breaching in, as long as it's, but again, if you're an LMG or a sniper, you should be using that indoors. I believe Greg's gone. You should. Are you still there, Greg? Oh, his signal's way down. Okay, I'll bring you back in when you're ready. So I agree. If you're an LMG, you should not be using an LMG indoors to engage in targets indoors. And I think that the simpler way to write the rule set is if you're indoors, you could shoot out as long as you're breaking the plane with those high MED weaponry like LMGs or bolt action rifles. I think that's a much simpler solution for that. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, no, Richard, I'll tell you right now, I disagree with that sort of sentiment because I've seen, like, for example, I always like pointing this out. These safety glasses broke on me, and that was from a shot that was far away. I keep these here because I always want to make sure that whenever somebody says, oh, well, just wear better Face Pro. I disagree with that statement because something could always fail, and when it does, it can be catastrophic. So I understand part of what you're trying to say, but the reality is, it. No, I. So yeah, there's a lot of commentary that we stuck in there. But before we continue, we have somebody to bring in, Weiner, who I guess finally went to the store and got his food.
Got some dinner.
He's finally decided to join us on the stream and grace us with his president.
What's up, Weiner?
So one of the
Mr. Walker, sir. Mr. Christopher Walker.
I love it whenever we have these sort of discussions because I always tell people, come join us in the conversation, right? And I guess a lot of people don't understand that we actually are going to engage chat, and we're actually are going to talk to people and get their opinions and address their opinions. And look, at the end of the day, as long as everybody, like, we might disagree on some of these things, but at the end of the day, I think everybody's trying to do it from a good standpoint and just understand we're not really going to be calling people bad names. All right. Well, Weiner's got a couple shout outs from Rattles Rage and Op4 Airsoft.
Hey.
How's
it going, guys?
So let's go back through. I did a lot of preaching and I was not on the receiving end.
Hold on, I got to throw something out first before we.
Yeah, that GDR 15, huh? So how much is that rifle?
$1,700.
$1,700.
Yep.
Yeah, you can just leave that inside the trailer when I pick it up for you on Thursday. Actually, it says I feel like there will be a lot of blind firing happen with LMGs out of windows and such. No, because like whenever you're firing, you still have to look down the barrel. You have to look down your sights. You just can't do this out of a window and shoot.
Right.
You have to be able to look down there. John Logan, that raffle was rigged.
That was the only ticket that was given to me, free ticket, one ticket. I did not buy any other tickets. I have one, and shoot, it's been probably, 5 years since I won something. I won a pistol back in the old days at Overwatch 1. So,
but
yep.
Going back to this whole thing about the LMGs and all that and breaking the plane and all that, again, it's a simple rule set that you can't. Can you fire an LMG indoors? No. You're not supposed to, at least. I haven't read the op board for this one, but if you can't fire an LMG indoors, then by nature you have to fire it out windows and all that. Same thing with the bolt action rifle. Yeah, you would hate to occasionally shoot a cameraman or ref. Thomas Pentland has a great point. Like, we were at one BTA event where the photographer was inside taking pictures. He goes to come out. Not only was he pelted 3 times in the face that made him bleed, one BB had to be popped out, but somebody also shut off the lens cover of his camera. So now I'm sure before even looking at chat, I see it start to go. There's going to be some other people that say, well, camera personnel put themselves in harm's way. They do, but they also have an expectation that you guys are going to watch your shots. LMG only fire in tunnel. I can understand that because of how long.
Yeah, the long tunnel. Yep.
Yeah, the long tunnel. Elvin Blue Range. I didn't even stay for the raffle. 6-hour drive. I was tired. I left my gun at the field. Are you the person that left your gun there?
Scott.
Yeah, I could understand. I could definitely. Our Tamer guy took a tag into the belly. Holy shit! As somebody that's taken one to the chest in my vehicle while driving the Battle Bug, I could totally sympathize with them. That had to have hurt. The rifleman. No, I don't. I agree with you that the rifleman should not have to break our rifleman at SMG should not have to break the plane.
Correct.
I agree with that. And, I wouldn't be surprised because TCA takes a lot of the feedback and applies it into play. So they might change that rule set. Thanks for sharing, Ashley.
Hey, so I just sent you a picture. Speaking of 3 rounds to the face, one of our teammates got shot 3 rounds in the face, and it looks like the Predator laser things on his face.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Post that up.
I will. Let me just swap it over to the proper side. Do you want to talk about some good grouping, guys? Let's talk about some good grouping here.
Oops. Damn, though. How close was that?
I can tell you right now, that's the reason why I always wear full mesh face pro. Now whose phone's ringing? I swear to God, I'm going to start charging you guys.
That's my phone. I'm going to mute myself. I got to answer this. It's work.
Right. He was only wearing a T-shirt too. So let's go into that next aspect of the. Oh, there's Greg. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beep come in. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't hear the beep. As you can see,
no worries. Am I right?
Hey, wow, you just went.
Sorry. Say again. Sorry. I'm
gonna take Weiner out until he goes back. It was fine, like on that thing. It just the way that it distorted and froze.
Do I need a? All right.
Papa's like, is this my good side or is it this side? I can't tell.
Well, he usually has it angled up the right way, which is how you and I both have it, which is straight on. He almost has the nose issue going on. I'm getting a bunch of stuff sent to me. Hold on, let's check to see what this next one is.
Man, these comments are blowing up tonight.
Oh man, ow! Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, that had to sting a little bit. Damn.
What's that?
That's a tagging shot to the stomach. As a admin, or not an admin, as a photographer.
Oh my God.
Did you see Jared's face? I believe it was at Stonebreaker earlier this year where he got shot.
Yep.
Tagging in the face.
Yeah.
I got pictures
Blew
of
his
that
whole
somewhere.
face up. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look at that. Ashley says, you're in selfie mode today. You look sexy. It's because he shaved. It means if I suddenly shaved, you got to be like, all right, who the hell is this guy from Bizarro World? It just doesn't happen. Damn. One of the admins took a chalk round to his ass. All right, look, I'm gonna have to say that was intentional. That's what I would have to say. So let's go on to the clothing aspect of it because I heard of 3 distinct things that happened with closing, and one of them, like on Green's side, he got into formation. I believe it was on Sunday.
No, are we talking about the jeans?
Yeah, the jeans.
No, that was Saturday. How he got missed by TCA in formation and everybody else, I have no clue. The only thing I can guess is so formation was on the right side of the gate, facing the gate from vendors row and parking and camping. And then Green's AA was on the opposite side of the gate. So I'm guessing maybe as we left formation, headed to our AA, he just kind of came through the gate and meandered on in with us, which makes perfect sense. But we get to AA and then somebody's like, oh crap, this dude's got blue jeans on. And then someone else is like, oh crap. And before you know it, it took multiple people and finally somebody basically forcing him off the field so we wouldn't be deducted points to go change into some green pants. And it's like, I'm assuming this is this guy's first TCA event because never.
I know, right? Like, he froze up. His signal.
So there was also a guy wearing gray shorts and a gray shirt.
I heard about that. That's one of the ones I was going to talk about.
I saw him as well. There were definitely, look, there's always difficulties, in this. I actually had some guys on green side it was faded enough that it almost looked like they should be tan camo. And I had somebody asking me who had not been to a Milson event before, like, are they green or? I'm like, technically they're green. Yes, he's like, I almost shot him. I'm like, you know what? They'll learn eventually. If you're not wearing green enough and you keep getting shot, you might want to save up a couple of bucks to go get yourself some new camo.
That's personally what I would say. It's like, in this day and age, you can easily get you don't even need to have camo. You can get solid green colors and solid tan colors.
Depending on what team you play on. That if you are in, if you're a Royal Rifles, if you're an Airborne, if you're K Force, if you're one of those, you can't just wear OD. You can't just wear solid colors.
But that's fine. If you're
I do
there
agree with what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but that's if they show up and they don't have the proper camo, they can be thrown into any random company because we all know what's going to happen as soon as they get out on the field. As soon as they get out on the field, it doesn't matter what company they're with. It doesn't matter what platoon they're with, what squad they're with. It all becomes a cluster of people that go through and reconnect and everything else. And with the exception of a few events, after they do their one special thing at the start of every Evo, they don't really have something special to do after that designates that they have to have their color camo in order to do. Like, it would be kind of cool, like an hour into an event, that if somebody is on Airborne and they're wearing the proper Airborne colorations in their stuff, they all get scooped up and they get dropped someplace else. That would be a cool effect if they're wearing the proper camo and stuff for it. However, usually it's only at the start of the thing, and it's usually, and most of them are just to look cool. Now, with that caveat being said, I've never been to a Milsom West game to see if it actually plays differently there, but just about every other event host I've been to across the country, it doesn't matter what camo color you're wearing to play the game.
As long as it's identifiable as the colored side. Yeah,
exactly. So here it is.
And I agree with that.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
So, but the thing is, this is the thing that irks me. It's like my newest pet peeve that's going around when it comes down to players coming out and playing at these events. It's like, I couldn't buy any camo. Target and Walmart both sell OD green cargo pants and
$12
and OD green shirts.
Yep.
Same thing with tan cargo pants, tan shirts. And you can get them. And you can wear them, and you can be just fine. Because T-shirts will go because you just throw the rest of your gear over it. That doesn't matter. It's the pants mostly that people are concerned about.
And not to go too far down this rabbit hole, but I'm going to throw something out. I'm going to throw myself under the bus here for a second. For the first several years that I played Airsoft, I kept saying, that there were certain things I just didn't care about. I didn't want to learn about. Truth of the matter is, if you start playing, you're playing enough to start playing National Milsim events, started actually going out to something like this. Some of you pay $240 to go play at. You might want to take a minute and study your own sport. Learn some of the different camos. Learn what what certain caliber classes are allowed to do. Learn what different thing. Learn some of that. And I'm calling myself out on this because I said for years, I used to tell Dom all the time, I'm like, I care about that. When I'm building a gun, I'm like, I don't care what it looks like. I just know how it has to work. Well, no, that's not true, because eventually you do have to care about these certain things. You have to know what they do, know what they're capable of. And again, if I see somebody wearing a particular kind of multicam or whatever,
or a Hawaiian shirt or something like that,
I gotta know whether or not to shoot them, even if they look. I'm like, that really looks green. Nope, it's tan. Okay, or vice versa.
We had some of that friendly fire shit going on. Well, actually, we got too far forward, but.
One of the tan camos from Tan Special Forces looked almost green, especially from a distance. You're going to get that a lot because you're going to get a lot of multi-glam that, especially as people sweat in it and the day goes on, it's going to turn darker and it's going to look like it's green.
Dude, multi-glam and a freaking downpour, freaking solid dark green. Looks like
Thomas
tropical.
Had a great point, too. That
even tan pants with solid freaking sweat can look green from a distance.
Yeah,
I had that problem.
But Thomas had a great point here. They had a Milsurp dealer on the event, no excuses.
Yep, you're exactly right. The surplus store was there, and she had everything you could think of.
Even green and tan Levi's. Look, I could get in with it. It's like, if it was jeans, but it was green.
You know what the
all right, look, man. I was like, you're gonna feel that later on. Not me.
Have you covered this part yet? Sorry, have you covered this part yet? The problem I had was the gear. Okay, I spend all this money to go to events and stuff especially Milsim national events, stuff like that. My gear is going to match tan or my gear is going to match green. They say you can wear any gear you want, but that's where the problem runs into also. You got the multicam wearing, the multicam guys, which are tan, wearing green gear. Okay, that looks like green to me, and I'm going to shoot those fuckers.
Yeah.
If they, like, excuse my French, did I say fucker already? Sorry.
You broke
And
it. You
Multicam
broke
Aries
the
is
seal.
good. Multicam
51
Aries is
minutes.
good.
I
That
haven't
looks
said it
fun.
yet.
What's that? You haven't said it
But
yet? Oh, we lost
but
Kevin. Where'd he go?
you know, Weiner, you're right in that. But see, that's personal responsibility. If I'm running around and I got tan uniform on, but I'm wearing green gear and it's enough green gear to make me look green, and I get shot by my own team, shame on me.
That's correct. Well, that's it
That's
too.
my fault.
You just look like a
That's
bush.
absolutely
I
my
couldn't
fault.
figure you out this weekend at all.
Well, I will
You can
say
see
it
those
this
in my
way.
head, man. It's all going right over my head.
This boils down to like a lot of the stuff I've said in the past when it comes down to doing these events and everything else. When it comes down to like, there's a lot of teams that only go one color because that's all the money that they have to spend on that color gear. So I appreciate the fact that some people are wearing tan gear with it. But however, the helmets should be never be an excuse.
Right.
You should
They're
always
not
be able
supposed
to
to. Yeah.
helmet covers, get a proper hat that's the right color, so at least they can signify with your head what coloration it is. Because I've heard quite a few people complaining that the only thing they saw was this one dude's green helmet, and he was on tan, and he was able to do a lot of stuff, especially as the day got longer. It was really hard to
I didn't
distinguish.
see that because that's actually illegal.
What's that?
Yeah,
Black?
because your headgear has to match your uniform. I see that.
Yes, that's what you're told. So it was points. They were getting points. You know, both sides were losing points for that crap too.
Yeah.
I know the ref, the admins were walking around with a little notepad jotting down, okay, wrong gear. And and that's funny because you have one man admin get them, and then later on the admin will get them again.
Yeah,
So
and that's the
multiple
thing.
points.
It's like, you should always have a helmet cover, and they're cheap. I mean, hell, here's my helmet that is a tan helmet. I was bringing it to Serious Viking. That's why I put all my stuff on it. Obviously it's a tan helmet. This thing cost me $12. And I'm not sure what coloration that the actual helmet is. I didn't want to take a risk because I would think it's green, except for the accent pieces are tan. So it's like it's the snakeskin coloration. So I didn't know what color camo it was going to be determined. So better safe than sorry. I threw the helmet cover on it. And that's what almost everybody should do. So now here's one that this one would get me at Pandora's box. We had a problem with a lot of Hawaiian shirts on both teams and then solid black on both teams.
Yeah,
I thought you said to open Pandora's box they had
no.
It was a game called Pandora's Box or
yeah,
Field.
I got about an hour left, so if I wanted to see if we can't.
We're moving along. We're going good.
I know. I didn't want to talk too much about that. That was a different event. Didn't want to talk about that.
Well, what I would say is, like, for example, I love it at TCA events because if I'm doing that or the battle bus switch sides again, I love wearing the Hawaiian shirts, mostly because it signifies I'm not on either team and I'm not an admin. But they made me wear one solid color, and I was like, "Aw." But typically, if you guys catch me at events, and I'm like, for instance, Operation Big House that we're going to be doing in November, you're going to see me running around as Nikolai, and I'll be wearing a Hawaiian shirt because I'm an NPC. There's going to be several NPC people out there. Some are hostile, some aren't. But it signifies that I don't work for either team, and it helps differentiate that. I really hate it when like some teams have the Hawaiian shirts embedded into their side. You know what I mean? So, Thomas, spray paint the helmet. Yep.
Ashley wants to be an NPC.
Well, hey, I did send you over the information for the event, and you haven't said anything back to me. So I think you're dead to me. Same thing with the Pew Pew at sea.
Think you're dead to me? Did you say dead?
I hate being ignored on social media. So far we've covered the vehicles, we covered the camo. I heard there were some pretty epic firefights.
Yes,
and that there was a lot of like a
lot of pyro,
shit ton of pyro, and that the new tag and mortar system
was freaking insane. How the frick they were dialing it in so good.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't get killed by any. Came close, but I didn't get killed by any. But I kept watching. They kept blowing the technicals out of the water.
I gotta compliment TCA on their props. Some of their props really truly amazing. Very incredibly realistic. A little bit of confusion in like what you were supposed to do. It took a minute to figure it out. Had to drag to the bottom of the map or pinch and zoom to the bottom of the map and then select it. But finding some of the props out in the woods, really having to go through the woods and actually find objective X-ray. That was an awesome one.
Yeah, so
Finding
we got X-ray
or Clara X-ray. Those were all. Finding a down pilot pulling his phone out of his pocket. Like that kind of stuff was really very creative and added to the entire immersion of the event. I think that was really awesome. And hats off to them for that.
Speaking of Pyro, because that's like I mentioned Pyro, and all of a sudden it exploded with Elvin Blood Rage and Thomas.
I threw one grenade, effective grenade, and that's all I had to throw because everybody else was doing the job for me.
I bounced one off the wall. I suck. I'm terrible.
In case you all haven't heard, tagging products are going to be hard to come by in the United States over the course of the next couple of months. So
6 months.
If you have some, well, I'm saying what it means right now
they announced it. No, they announced it at. I'm telling you,
they did announce it.
The owner of Tagging said 6 months. Right now, it's at 6 months. He's in Washington D.C. right now trying to lobby it. But as of right now, it's 6 months. We still have some in stock. Evic actually has pulled them completely off. If you go to Evic's website, it doesn't even advertise them anymore. If you're looking for some and anybody has them and you're in desperate need, buy them up right now. Get all you can because you got at least 6 months unless they overturn it that you will not be able to import any tagging products.
EG67s will still be available, and it's actually gonna explode. Huh?
I got a case.
I got 9 cases of Reapers coming in. If anybody needs Reapers, 67s, 19s, any of that, I got all of them.
Well, EG is they're about to have an explosion because ever since tagging came on the market, their market share dropped dramatically because the tagging products, they throw better, they handle better. The fact that you can pull the pin and hold the grenade, the pin closed, and not have it explode in your hand is phenomenal because especially helpful if you're going to go booby trap yourself. Like as an HVT, I did that one of the last events that I was at where I was important to grab. I booby trapped myself. I was sitting on the grenade when they came up and medicked me and they pulled me off. That grenade went off and I got 15 kills. And I was just like, yeah. So EG67 should go up and be available pretty soon, but expect your tagging products to disappear for a bit. So, sorry, going off from this. So, the explosions were good. Now, Elvin Blood Mage. That's funny you should mention Pyro, because that's actually been a topic of discussion that a lot of people have
ain't gonna happen.
More of a love-hate relationship with Pyro, like in the past, 6 months or 3 months? Kevin, you know a little bit about this, right? Is he he's frozen again? There's some people that I think there's a small group of people that are definitely flexing with as much Pyro that they carry. Would you two agree with that? That like
sure.
Oh yeah.
We're at one of the Lion Claw events. I think it was Mayhem Mill 2, where a dude showed up with nothing but Pyro. No pistol, no nothing, just grenades upon grenades.
Correct. He hit the nail on the head.
It's a huge money maker. They aren't going to limit it. That's what I was going to go into. So it actually became a topic of discussion. And, me personally, if I decide that I'm going to go spend the money on a bunch of Pyro, which I hardly ever do, but if I'm going to go spend the money on it, I don't want to be limited just because, oh my God, that loud noises scare me.
Ashley.
Wait, hold on. I don't think Greg could see it easily. Here, we'll put it on the screen for you there, Papa.
I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, God, yeah, Ashley, you got to come. You know, we have the prison event, which is going to be pretty awesome, and Papa is actually going to be the XO for that event. You know, we're
You
going to
keep
put him in
saying
charge.
that,
You, yeah,
I'm
you're right. I keep saying
and
it because
for the third time, I've said no. I'm not.
going to be the XO for my
For the
side.
third time. Last time I talked to you, I said it also. What's my role in that at that event? Or are you now asking me to be the
You're
XO?
the shoelace tire.
all right, look, if you want to go and be Yordi's pilot, by all means, you go be Yordi's pilot. Fine, fuck it. I'll tell Sin. All right.
That's if you want me to be the XO, I'll be the XO. You asked me what I was, and I told you what I was. If you want
Yordi's
me to be the
pilot. Got
XO,
it.
I'll be the
Yeah, you want
XO.
to be his pilot. Okay, understood.
Right, because I'm also vending the entire event as well. So asking me to do exactly what I just did for this whole thing, and almost both, it almost.
Hold on, before you go any further, it's going to be like 60 degrees there, so you shouldn't.
Right. So
Wait, 60 degrees. It's supposed to be colder than that up there.
I don't. I look. I don't want to go down this way. I got 58 minutes left. This is an AAR. We'll talk about that next time. This is an AAR, right?
Yeah. Try to limit on 5 or 6 grenades. It's never going to happen. They're never going to limit grenades. I mean, it'll be limited to what people can carry on. So,
Yeah,
Pyro,
I don't understand the request for something like that either. Because to be honest with you, look, you're first of all, you're limited to 1,500 rounds of ammunition. In the real world, you wouldn't be able to move. So if you try to limit people to their grenades, then you got it. Then now you're talking about real
Back
caps.
and let the dogs in.
You know that's a real sim, not a mil sim.
Mhm.
So to try to limit someone carrying grenades, you got to limit them carrying their rounds too and things like that because and that's a real sim event, which would be cool to try a real sim one time, but that's not what these are.
Yeah, and personally, it's one of those things of, look, I mean, as it stands, would it be good to limit people down? Sure, but I have a feeling that pyro usage is only going to increase, not decrease, especially when there's vehicles involved. If there's a hell of a lot more vehicles being involved inside of these events and all that, then I think for sure that you're only going to get hit with more stuff. And because we sort of had this discussion. Papa, you and I had it. If Kevin ever fixes his internet, we certainly talked about it. That I think most rule sets should be, if you're inside of a room, even like if you're in a 30 by 30 room and a grenade goes off, you should be dead. Because if it was a real grenade, I'm sorry, but that little office chair you're hiding behind is not real cover. Like a custom blast is going to knock you on your ass, if not kill you outright. And stuff like that.
That was actually supposed to be the rule at this event as well. And I think people didn't understand that a room is a room is a room. There weren't buildings that were broken down into separate rooms. Each floor was a room. And according to Sal at the safety brief, grenade goes off in a room, you're dead. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what was told. That was said to us at the safety brief. A grenade goes off in a room, everybody in the room is dead. Am I wrong?
Cover.
What he said at the safety brief was regardless.
Interesting.
That's what, if I remember right. If I remember correctly from the safety brief, it was regardless, because if the grenade went off in the room, there was no cover from something like that. And I didn't come across any buildings that I recall that had separated rooms. You went through a door, the entire thing. That was your room.
There was one room that had a kill building inside of it, and I believe that was building 34. I know that because that was inside there.
Building 17 was separated into separate rooms with beds and stuff in it, things like that.
Oh, was it? I don't think I ever made it into it.
Full house inside it.
I heard unless you had hard cover.
Right.
He goes,
and it's possible. I don't remember hearing that, but it's possible.
And the definition of hard cover should also be better defined.
Also, grenade was still, wasn't a grenade still a 10-foot radius?
Yeah.
Even if it was a big open
Outside.
room. Huh?
No, outside. Inside, if you were in a room, boom, you're dead. Outside was 10-foot radius.
I don't remember hearing that.
Well, you're old.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
This old guy played all day long. Close.
we'll get to the bus later when we talk about Operation Big House. We're not even there yet. We're trying to finish up our AAR of the third goes of it. But it goes into the thing about if people want less pyro being thrown, how about you call the first grenade? You know?
Exactly.
I mean, and no offense or anything else like that, but unless you're actively running away from that grenade and you get more than 10 or 15, 20 feet away, and you're in a thing that's not like a sealed, contained room, I mean, if your ears are ringing because the grenade exploded because it was freaking loud because you're inside the room where the grenade goes off, think about a real grenade and what would have happened to your body. Call the hits because, I mean, when we were at Mayhem,
I was in a scenario. I was in a scenario at one point. I had gotten killed outside. There was a bunch of us that were all dead, and we had grenades being thrown at us still to make sure. 10
Oh, yeah,
through
I saw that a lot.
11 grenades, and we were all already dead. They just kept coming out through murder holes. They just kept rolling out through murder holes. It was absolutely hilarious. We would just be like, look out, because they were close enough to us that we didn't want anybody to get hurt. So we're yelling, heads up, guys. We would all turn away like this, make sure, boom, okay. Seconds later, and another one. We were all already dead. It was absolutely hilarious just to watch them roll out of these murder holes and just keep blowing up.
That was
And
going
then
to
we got
$10.
right
There
after
goes
that.
$10. There goes $10.
Yeah. I was just ching. So, that was actually really cool. To watch that happen. We just kept getting blown up. One thing after another. I think there was a lot of. I mean, look overall. Whatever the percentage is, the majority percentage was great play, great time, and people following the rules.
Hold on a
I
second.
want to keep saying that.
Laz just joined in, so I got it. I got it. What's
Well,
up, Laz?
hey,
Laz has a video that
He
I
has
wanted
video.
to address at some point. He posted a video.
I saw.
I wanted to address it.
You're talking about
The guy
one
that
with
grabbed his gun.
yeah,
Yes.
with the guy, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll pull it up
I
right
want to
now.
address that because that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's actually in the rule set. Not supposed to touch you at all.
Yeah, and no, for no reason are you to touch anybody except when you're
Was he
medicing someone.
I'm just curious because I watched the video, but I wasn't sure. Was he a dead guy that grabbed your barrel and pushed it away?
We're about to play it right now.
Or was it still a live guy?
Hold on. So everybody, just so you know, so we give proper credit here. This is going to be Laz from Team Tryhards. I'm going to go ahead and share the audio. And this is his video posted up there. So we want to give, obviously, whenever we use somebody else's thing, we want to give them proper credit. So there.
Laz, how many guys did you have there for this event?
And to Laz's credit, by the way, the statement he made on this was, had this been anybody else behind this gun, it could have gone a different way. And I agree with him. There's guys that get heated over stuff like this, and this definitely could have gone a different way.
I just have one question for him. What if he's actually paying attention? All right, I see somebody getting medics here, Laz. Why didn't you light him up? Just saying.
That dude wasn't dead. He was a live guy who grabbed his barrel.
No, but here, this dude, I'm pretty sure that's Dom from the Ohio crowd. And I'm pretty sure, which means that he's Fight Company. And I'm pretty sure he's healing that dude right there.
Yep. Yeah, he should have. Did he really freaking grab your gun like that?
I was trying to push it down. Get your gun.
Yeah, I just want to point out. Hold on. Let's see. Because I'm pretty sure that's all Fight Company right there. Yeah, that definitely looks like Dom.
And that looks like Greg right there, the short guy there on the left.
No, that's not Greg. He's too tall. That right there looks like Sean Barth. So, I mean,
look at against the wall.
So I mean, I still would have pegged those couple people first before going around and shooting the guys inside the building. But hey, that's just me. I just figure I'd give them this a little bit of crap for it. But right there, I can tell you right now, whoever this is should definitely have a problem because there's no reason. Let's play the video back again. There's no reason for him to grab the weapon at all because
Never.
I think it is the guy that he shot.
Okay, so that guy came up to shoot.
That should have been him getting hit right there. And then this guy.
There's no reason for him to grab the gun. None.
Also,
He's
by the
already
way,
dead.
can we take note? It looks like he's got a black hat and a tan mask on.
I was trying to put you down.
Am I wrong? I mean, maybe it's just the way I'm seeing it here, but I could be wrong. But anyway, no, don't touch somebody else or their stuff.
But I know a lot of people on his team, and they are not anything like what you just saw in that video.
I mean, he's
Say
got
that again?
Yeah,
Can you
repeat that.
I just switched my phone. A stupid hotel on the beach with my family, and the internet keeps going out.
What? You're actually supposed to be on vacation?
Dude, I'm at the island. The ocean is literally 50 yards from me right now.
Wait, was that Greg? Hold on.
Dang it! Choked on that chocolate.
Is that Greg? I don't know. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna look and see if it's him. I'll pause it again. I don't think it's him.
But yeah, when I first watched that video, that was my first thing. Why didn't he light all those green guys up standing outside?
That's what I
you
would have
just
done.
said right there. He had a whole squad waiting to rush, so he had to eliminate. He was going to sacrifice himself and eliminate all the guys in the windows first.
Add one grenade in there. That takes care of that. But
Great.
like I said, it's just a preference thing, right? Because they would have probably the guys on the inside of the building. If he would have taken a couple steps back and shut off that building a little bit, as quiet as his gun shoots, the team inside probably would have had no clue where those shots came from, and he still could have done what he did. But that's just me. That's
So. Yeah.
So. Hey, Laz, because I haven't seen you much, I haven't heard from you or anything else. Check out the at least come back later on or check out the prison game that we have listed inside the description of the video and all that, man.
I posted up a lot. I posted on a lot of websites there. Pages.
Go ahead, Craig.
The event.
With the other two guys that are on, at some point I wanted to go over the planning process as well. I wanted to share with anybody watching, anybody that's going to watch this, like what really. First time I had to do it in a leadership position for an event like this, and what goes into it, and how quickly it can go out the window. Especially,
welcome to the club.
It really, I mean, I know the amount of planning that went in. First of all, put a whole bunch of planning in, and things got changed literally the day before. We were supposed to be able to drop some guys in. And that was part of the plan, and then that actually got rescinded, and we had to change the plan up because some of our guys that were supposed to be able to get dropped in no longer could. But the plans that we had, we had plans, we had fallback plans, we plan A, plan B, and fallback, things like that. Works really well, but there is a lot to coordinate to get all your guys to agree to this, to have this, to do these things, and you're talking about people that have regular lives, outside of Airsoft. So when they're getting home from work or they're doing whatever, trying to get all that organized, get them all to follow it, and then put it into place and then have something, throw a monkey wrench into it and still be able to command and control, keep things happening, and keep moving forward. So, I mean, I know the trouble I had doing it and still had some success there in the beginning at phase 1. But it was, there's definitely a huge challenge for anybody thinking about getting into a leadership role at any type of higher level MILSIM event.
And it was rather funny because I got all of a sudden I got added to the leadership chat for Fight Company, and I was laughing because I called Greg immediately. I was like, I guess I'm in part of command now. I was like, what the hell do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah. I knew. I didn't add you in. They added you in, and I actually told them. I explained that you were going to be a rogue element.
How'd your college work out? How'd your
Huh?
comms work out?
Comms?
Yeah.
Actually, for the most. So here's the thing. if you're gonna use radio and airsoft, take the time to learn proper radio etiquette. Learn the word. Learn the word break. Learn how to put a period at the end of a sentence. Release the hand mic, then grab it again, so that you know that you're not getting stepped on. So you know that communication is making its way through. Uh, learn how to use the phrase "say again" as opposed to repeat. Learn all these things. Learn how to talk into a mic. Learn how to call someone and how to end a communication. Things like that. All of those things. I'm like, I'm over here. This is happening to me. Who was that? Where are you? And what do you need? Like,
Why does
I would hear
it
things like
affect
that.
me?
Yeah, like all that. And then people sending all of this chatter that doesn't need to be said. 5-minute conversations that doesn't need to happen. I will tell you that people trying to call in things, people stepping over their own leadership positions, going higher than where they belong to make things happen. I had a vital JDAM that was supposed to occur on a building that would have absolutely changed things for us on Sunday. Absolutely changed. I swear to you, it did. Not only did it not happen, it got stepped on, and then the bird had to refuel. All of those things. Then somebody called one after the fact and actually dropped a bomb on a building that had 30 friendlies in it. I tried to make it stop. I called, do not drop, do not drop, do not drop. They adjusted to another building and still dropped it on that building. So if you do not need to be on the radio, shut your mouth.
So I definitely gotta chime in here because I do have a question about the Aries app. I'll ask that in a second. But the primary one was when I saw in chat how many people were gonna have command chat, I was like, oh, this would not end well.
Good
I
God.
would have been like, I personally would have been like,
No, he did not shoot me in the ass. He shot me in the freaking fat of my freaking hip, douchebag.
How many people were in the Dagger command chat? 3. Dagger 6, Dagger 1, which is me, and Dagger 2. That was all. Then we have with our platoon separately.
Me personally, it's like I hate being on the radio with 80 people because 80 people feel the need that they're going to be speaking up onto the radio, and then it's like right in the middle of like halfway through, it's like, all right, we're changing channels. Go to the alternate. We all switch to B because
we had platoon leaders give out our command channel, and we had freaking Johnny picking his ass, telling everybody about it on the radio.
Lead elements are the only elements that are supposed to be on leadership chat. That's the fact.
No, lads, this one is in the prison game up in Pennsylvania.
Yep,
and
in November.
You should be talking one level up, and then you should have to change your channel to talk one level down. It should never be seamless on any station. So, like, I had to change channels to talk to Freddie, right? Because there's no need, and then go back to another channel to talk to my platoon leaders. I shouldn't have been talking to anybody beneath that, and yet so many guys were on that channel as it was.
Yep.
It should only be people that have a reason to be on there to talk about what's happening about guys underneath them.
Yep. I agree.
So,
I 100%. I 100% agree with that. So, with that being said, how well did the Aries app work? I was so curious about this.
No idea.
App? I never used it.
Didn't use it.
Okay.
Kevin, did you use it?
I used it at an event before. I was going to use it at this one to keep up with the technicals, but since there was only one technical, I opted out.
I can tell you right now that if the Aries app had so going back to the whole command thing and all that, I love it when people like try to force their way past onto you. And I like, look, my fight company CO is that man right there, right? So if you're my platoon leader and you're coming up and telling me that I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to look at you dead in the face and go, no. You're telling me I got to bring a phone out onto the field? Ever since Copan, where I lost my wallet, my phone got shot? No, I don't care. I don't bring anything excess out onto the field, period. I do too much running and gunning. The last thing I want to do is be running across the field, having to stop and go back to get my phone because it fell out of wherever it was stored at.
That's your fault.
It's not my fault. I mean, it's stuff happens. I mean, pouches get snagged. Pouches open up as you're running around and doing
I've
stuff.
never had a problem with my phone falling out in the field. I have a good pouch.
Yeah, but you also don't run, so shut up.
Hey, Weiner and Bulldog constantly are pulling their phones out during an event, taking selfies.
That was another event, not this event. Thank you very much. And Bulldog wasn't out there, so Bulldog's hips were hurting, so he didn't play. He didn't really play.
So
I told you I'm gonna
Now
build
he's
him an
out there running around,
exoskeleton.
so kiss my ass.
this was another thing that I was waiting to see what was going to happen. Sebastian says it perfectly. I forgot I had the app. Many people did.
Mhm.
You know, so it's one of those things of, like I was saying in our command discussions and all that. It's like, look, it doesn't matter how much you plan for the entire day. The first 15 minutes, shit's going to get changed. You have to adjust on the fly. You telling me that I'm going to be doing this and not look, if I was in the army, if I was in the military and I'm being ordered to do something, yes, sir. You know, but this is freaking airsoft, right?
So Scott was supposed to come by at formation and give everybody the QR code to scan. I never saw him do that during formation. Now, as we were walking over to AA, about the same time we realized this dude had blue jeans on, Scott comes up, Aries app, who needs a QR code?
Yeah.
I didn't even bring my phone out on the field for the first time, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, there was enough confusion for some of the leadership. Again, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, when I was in building 33, I think, during the second Evo, and we were guarding Dorothy, somebody did open the app, and they're like, oh, look, Can has this, and this, and we only have this, and this, and that. And, you know, so you could see where a lot of the stuff was. So it's not completely useless.
I'm not saying it's completely useless, but I mean, you have to be able to use it. And me personally, I wouldn't be able to use it anyway because I'm out on the field like this with my regular iPro on. I can't read that crap because I don't have prescription shooting lenses or anything else. So I'm not going to be able to read an Aries app or anything else. I'll be like this. I'll be opening up my chest to look down at my thing and be like, all right, here, come over here, look at my chest and tell me where this is, you know? All right, so Laz has a funny story here. He got a great story about the radio communications with my wife. You guys need to see this video. Someone set up a fake paper objective to call into command, and my guys radioed it to us. That's awesome.
Much props, honestly, much props to Laz. Every time I say this at every event that I'm with them at, the enthusiasm the tryhards bring is by far above and beyond anybody else. They are always energetic, always, you know, they if you're down, if you're tired, just look over at them. They actually bleed energy to you. They really truly do. And with every event they go to,
times. Just saying, just annoyingly so at times.
I will tell you, I know going back to North vs. South 1 to now, the gameplay, they had some issues way back. Laz absolutely takes constructive criticism fantastically, and from then till now, the team has absolutely improved greatly. Their gameplay has improved, and
guys.
Never ever sacrificed energy.
Hold on a second. We still have to go over about the what was everybody calling it? The ghetto bling Hummer.
Come on, that Hummer was badass. I don't care what you say. Don't care what you say. That Hummer was badass out there.
As somebody who drives weird ass technicals, I give them props. Yep. But yeah, as somebody goes, yo, Joker, wait till you see the ghetto bling Hummer, the H2. I was like, the what? He goes, Wait till pictures come out. I was like, what are you talking about? Of course, Pew Pew Paparazzi drops her pictures. I start laughing my ass off because
In a good way.
it was in a good way because I was like, that is definitely a ghetto bling.
I loved it. And I
me
knew where
too.
they were at. I mean, they stood out. They had the gun turn on top. Oh, who's calling me?
Hey, the most by everything I've ever seen. Yo, Laz, legit, if you need somebody to paint that, I could talk to my neighbor, man. You might be able to get that nice rhino liner.
It's actually painted rather well. There's only the right front quarter panel is all screwed up. Looks like it hit and busted up. But everything else, it looked cool. And he had the cages, around the driver and stuff like that. So it was actually pretty cool. I liked it.
I could have done without the spinning rims though. So other than that,
that made
spinning rims.
That's like Mark.
no,
That's like Mark and Hawaiian shirts.
I didn't notice that. I'll be like, that's awesome.
no, not spinning rims.
Because I can only imagine. It's like, I don't know if he's still watching or not. And I'm not making fun of him. I'm just like, I applaud anybody to do it. My statement is that if he wants to get a better paint on there that actually sort of like how my truck is with the rhino liner. So then, because that shit repels BBs, man. That thing's taking some massive hits, like that one douchebag with the LMG.
Speaking of the technicals, there was a lot less shooting at technicals at this event than I have seen previously.
And
also,
as far as BBs, but people are launching those tags.
Yeah, as far as BBs go, yeah, it is a lot of people.
Allowed to be shooting.
They're not, and you're never supposed to. You're never supposed to shoot BBs at a technical, and I think they stressed it more and more and more, and I think it happened less. I definitely think it happened less.
Sheepdog's got a window shattered at the Humvee by a tag round. But, Ashley always comes out with these one-liners that I wish she was this on so she could sit there all nice and quiet, like in her Indian style on her couch, and she'll just pipe up and here's what she put. And I can just hear her saying it now. It's Pimp My Ride, Airsoft Edition. No. If they have the spinners, they have to have the spinners in the pattern so that when it spins, it actually gives the Try Hard logo. That would be actually epic way to go through it. Scott,
there was a lot of respect was given to the rule set in regards to not shooting BBs at the technicals. Very few people did it. There was, on occasion here and there, I think there were some people that forgot, because it's a different rule set. When the Humvee if it's a Humvee or if a technical gets hit, the entire thing and crew are all dead. Whereas in some other events, if the vehicle gets hit, the crew is still alive and they can continue the fight, but the vehicle is down. In this event, vehicles hit, everybody's dead. I think some people forgot that on occasion. Other than that, though, for the most part, technicals ran great. People respected the technicals and the technical drivers, so they weren't shooting them with BBs. I think all of that went very well as well.
And the 10-foot distance went well. So
yeah.
There's a lot of technicals out there.
There was occasional incidents, but again, like I said before, TCA staff was all over it. They corrected the issue and moved on, so that was pretty good as well.
We got you the spinning rims and the pop-up turret. Yeah, you know what? The 10-foot rule on the technicals, that happens all the time at every event. It's not just limited to TCA. We have that happen quite a few times at a lot of other events where there was one event where I stopped the vehicle, stopped the bus, got out, and I was on a tirade. What the hell are you doing? You're walking right beside the bus. I'm going to run you over. Do you know how big this is? I can't see you. They go, you got big mirrors. I was like, yeah, I still can't see you. Yeah. So.
Come on, get over here.
There's something about Hold a Gap that every technical has its own referee that has to be with the vehicle. So they take care of all that 10-foot and, hey, you just got hit twice. Because I think with them, the first hit disables the vehicle and the second hit disables the gun in the vehicle.
Yeah.
See, and that's where I think, again, it's very, very, very important to read. For each event you go to, read your rule set, read the op board, because TCA is definitely different than that, because it's one shot, one kill. One round hits the vehicle, everything is dead, including the people. So that would be different. That's why, again, so important to read it before you get there, read it again when you get there, then again listen to the safety brief.
Evidently, somebody's lonely right now. I know, right? You called. Yeah, it's as if Cora actually says, "Hey, look, somebody else is petting a dog. I must be petted." And now she's not going to leave me alone. Oh, wow. All right, that's strange. Anyways,
So I asked before about the leadership thing. Weiner and Kevin, you guys feel the same way? Anything to add to that is in regards to the prepping and planning and all that to share with anybody?
Well, I'll tell you that no one's ever been in a leadership position. You have no freaking clue. At least for the TCA events, which I've been part of leadership for the last few games, how much planning, how much goes into it. Not only Plan A, but Plan B, Plan C, and Plan Z, and then talking your company and doing what you need them to do, especially when it involves the word woods.
Mm-hmm.
The number one request is I'm paying $250 to be inside those buildings, not to be out in the woods where I can pay $20 and drive 10 minutes instead of 8 hours to get to.
Yep.
That's
Always
always
a good job with this, keeping us out of the woods. Looks like, at least we were, as far as tan goes, we never went to the woods. So,
right. So, that's right. You were on the other side. I forget.
Yeah, because you had the woods. You had some. How many? I kept hearing different rumors, stuff like that. How many different control points you have back there?
Three.
Three back
There were
there?
3. Yeah.
So we had none behind us. I was like, what's up with that?
Yeah, there was something I passed down, and I passed it down to all my platoon leaders, and eventually it got put down to all the guys within Fight Company. Was that, look, if you want to follow command, here is what we're doing. In the end, though, these guys all bought their own tickets. If they want to run around, like mice with gun, let them go. Because in the end, we're all there to have fun. We all spent the money. We're all there to do what we want to do. If you want to follow the rules and you want to keep it dress by dress, you want to do all that and see if you can perform, a milsim event in a military-like simulation. Great. Let's see if that works. But if not, don't try to bark orders at anybody. Don't try to demand them and scream and yell and stomp on them or anything. Let them go.
And that's one of the things. If anybody that was inside the Fight Company chat is in there, it's the whole honey versus vinegar argument, right?
Exactly.
There was so many guys that were trying to force people that were like, look, no, like you're not going to tell me to bring a phone onto the thing. Yes, you will. Oh, really? I'll make one phone call and shut that shit down right now, sir. And I did. There's ways that, again, we are not in the military. Somebody else might have been in the military. I know of at least one person on the stream that was. We're not in the military. We're there to have fun. As a content creator, I'll be like, I think I said something where somebody goes, "Oh, well, we're going to stick you out in the woods." It's like, you are. I won't stay there. And they go, "Why not?" It's like, because that's not a good use of my skills. Besides the fact that, no, I played that game before. I did not like it. And it's not to rag on another event, but some of the people here, Kevin and Weiner, both know which event I'm talking about because they were there for it. Where we started out in the woods and we couldn't get into the buildings that we paid $150 to go to. So it's like, it's one of those things of, if you're in command and you're telling another person that's command, especially for people you don't know, that was the key thing. It's like, you don't need to sit there and, to fluff out all your peacock feathers and sit there, strut around and try to impress me because you're not going to. What the
hell?
I'm sorry. I just saw what Sebastian put in.
Sebastian, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did he go tan on Sunday? Did he play tan on Sunday?
Yes, he did.
That event? Yes, he did.
He did?
No, at this event. At this event, he did also.
He did it again?
Is he going to take credit for our win then?
Again. You know what? Honestly, I hope he gets busted one time doing that.
Well, I think he was asked to. I don't think he... Alex stepped on a rattlesnake.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So, but I mean, and what exactly what Christopher was saying is that if you've never done it, right, don't ever stand up and say that somebody else is wrong and I'm right and I can do it if you haven't ever even tried, whether in real life or airsoft, because it's even harder in airsoft because these people aren't committed to anything other than buying their ticket and shooting plastic. Those are the things that they committed to. They didn't commit to follow you. They just happen to be on your team. If you got an agreement from them, okay, but that's just a gentleman's agreement. Like they could throw it out the window anytime they want, and you have to be aware of that. In my opinion, you have to be aware of that. You have to be dynamic, be able to adjust to the change, and understand that this is not real life.
Yeah,
You know,
like somebody like me, for example, like each time I go through and I try to get people motivated to do stuff, like I've been given people before to lead at these things where I was given a bunch of randoms, and I was like, so I go up and talk to them. I was like, hey, here's what we're gonna do, and they're like for Iron Fury, two of the guys I contacted, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna go run and do our own thing. Have fun, Haas. I was like, it would be good for you to check out some other stuff, but if you don't want to, totally understand. And then I'll make the appeal to them when they see me face to face, because they might not have met me before or know who I am. And I'm not trying to say like, don't you know who I am? It's a matter of I don't know you from Adam. Just like a couple of the guys that were there, it's like I don't know you to trust you to see if you know what you're talking about. Because you know how many times I've been inside a command with people that said they play and know of this good game, yet we're at Iron Fury, and these same guys that were supposed to be in charge of me and Yordi were all stacked up on the door, and I literally go walking by the door, shoot two guys, kick the door open, shoot two more, throw a grenade, and kick the door shut before they can open fire on me. And then Nathan's looking up and he goes, "What the hell?" And I was like, "What the hell are you doing? Get up, let's move. The Humvee's going to be here, and he's going to take us out." No, no. And next thing you know, here comes the Humvee. Guess who was the person that lived? Me. Why? Because I ran the fuck away. I didn't say the word. I didn't say it. No, Thomas, he did not. I can guarantee you he did not buy 2 tickets. So with that all being said, I think is there anything else on the Serious Viking 3 AAR that you guys would like to address? Or can we move on to the next topic?
Tan crushed it on Sunday. Saturday night, I know Tan did a great job, but I also know there was like 2 green players. So I know they were heavily outnumbered on Saturday night, and we lost like 20,000 points over the evening. But Sunday, to be honest, whatever the numbers were, I don't know what the numbers are. I did play Sunday, and Tan, they really had their stuff together. They absolutely had their stuff together. They,
awesome.
Yeah, it was a horseshoe of death. It really was. It was this horseshoe of death.
It was awesome.
Hold on. Give Kevin a chance to talk, because each time he tries to talk, for some reason, his microphone's not overpowering us. So talk, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, go.
Why, thank you, Mark. So, man, Sunday, they had building 13, which is the key to the south side of the city. And, hands down, they kicked our butts Sunday.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's another so going on to the last thing I really wanted to touch on was the Saturday night game. I wasn't there, but I can imagine what happens, because it happens a lot at almost.
No, you weren't. So there were a lot of people.
That's right.
It's so look. I'm not touching anything. I'm so glad he froze right there, so it could shut him up. And the reason why I say that is because it happens not just with green, but whatever side is winning leading into the night game at a TCA game, that team feels that they don't need to do their jobs and stay in and go in hot and hard. And that's where, from all reports, that's where a lot of points were made up. So continue, Papa. I didn't cut you off.
No, I know. I cut myself off. I don't play night games. I know a lot of people that don't play night games. Anybody does it. They have their own reasons. I know my reasons. And look, if I had played a night game, maybe I could have helped make a difference, and maybe we wouldn't have lost so many points, whatever. But there, like Kevin was saying, there absolutely was this whole ring of death. There was no way around. By midday, halfway through the last Evo, Tan absolutely had it. There was no breaching. I tried to pull a maneuver. I made it all the way around the corner, had a grenade in my hand. If I didn't suck, it would have been a great job. Except I wish there was some other way to say it. I ran hard, ran fast. I couldn't be stopped, and I got right to the window and I chucked that grenade, and it bounced right off the exterior wall and landed right on the ground outside, and made no difference whatsoever. Zero difference. Nope. I didn't turn tides. I didn't. If anything, I might have killed a couple guys due to laughter. That maybe was what would happen. Other than that, not a thing. I tried. I really did. But they absolutely did a phenomenal job. I have to give it to them, and I wish I didn't. I wish I was. Wish this was different. I wish this was me saying we kicked their butts. No, we didn't. Saturday we did. Saturday we killed. Absolutely, Green had it all day on Saturday. We absolutely were doing a wonderful job. Super proud of all my guys and what they did. But Sunday, for whatever reason, I'm not even going to say it was numbers or whatever. For whatever reason, Tan absolutely stepped the game up, and we weren't there for him. We could not meet him.
I think we tossed the digital radios out the window, went back to analog, and then we were able to communicate. I could hear that. That was a big change.
What probably happened is that the same thing that happened almost every single time that whoever doesn't play the night game, whatever side wins the night game, usually is entered like that portion. If they come out in force, normally they come out in force for Sunday because they're down, because they're told they're down to energize that side and fight. Sometimes
that wouldn't be the case because Tan was up by Sunday morning. Tan was up. They were down going into the night game. They went into the night game and they took all the points in the night game. So come Sunday, Tan was winning. So Green should have been energized, and they weren't.
Because
I shouldn't say they weren't. I shouldn't say they weren't. Our entire Green force. We wanted to win. We knew going into the night we were killing them. You felt it. I didn't even have to hear the numbers. I knew how well we were doing. And
then that's why Green
honestly,
says we don't need to play tonight. And a lot of players did not go out there. They were probably tired, burnt out, whatever. And so come Sunday morning, Tan was up. They're energized because they took back all the points last night. That's what happens almost every time. I would almost ask Sal to go through all the prior events and see who won the night game to see who then won the overall game. Unless it was unless one team was totally being crushed out. The only, I guess, an outlier would be Iron Fury, but it got close. But we were down so bad at Iron Fury, there was no way of getting around it because of effectively being kept out of the city. For the first two Vivos on Saturday didn't help us out. So it's one of those things going into the night game. The night game is not something that is, it's just a night game. It's massive points. And this night game went on far longer than any other night game that they've had before. That should have been an indication people need to show up because points will still tick. If it was a typical night game and maybe ending at 10 o'clock as opposed to ending at 10:30?
Yeah. So may I?
Yeah.
So it was supposed to stop at midnight. I think they ended up stopping it at 22:30 or maybe 2300 at the absolute latest.
Sal said 2300, and that was the Guardian Center.
And speaking of Sal, he did post his AAR probably 10 minutes before this show started tonight. So it is in the Third Coast, either community or Third Coast event.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is kind of funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh and interrupt what you guys are saying. I was just previewing the video that Laz sent me, and it is kind of funny. But going back to it, it's like that means more points you scored if it's going to last longer. So, all right. Well, I think that unless people have more stuff to talk about, that pretty much you guys went over Serious Viking 3 pretty damn thoroughly. Is there anything else either one of you two any one of you three would like to add?
So, no, I think that we covered it good. I would like to say, because of my horrible internet, I'm going to jump on off. But Storm 2, October 15th through the 17th, Carlisle, South Carolina.
Hell yeah.
I'll be there for
I'll
that.
be there.
And then the next topic that we're going to jump into, because I know I got Papa for only 14 more minutes.
14 more minutes. Yep.
14 more minutes. We're going to talk about Operation Big House right now. So I'm sure that's where a lot of people are also waiting to find out about this event. And also we got to talk about Pew Pew at Sea. And because of the time frame, I'm going to jump to Pew Pew at Sea first, because that one's the most important one. For timing.
Yeah, right.
So Pew Pew at Sea, for those of you who don't know, we have set up a cruise for airsofters. No, we cannot play airsoft on the ship. We would love to, but we can't. We're still trying to figure out the logistics, but right now we have some rooms that we need to get secured, so that way we can get it all set up for this cruise. If you are interested in going on the cruise and hang out with a bunch of other airsofters, there's going to be some airsoft companies, there's going to be some airsoft players, there's going to be some content creators. There's a lot of people that are going to be going to this event. The link is actually in the YouTube video, where it's Pew Pew at Sea group. Just simply search Facebook for Pew Pew at Sea. Check it out. This is going to be a great event, if anything, to network. Now, what comes with this cruise, for those of you that are 21 years and older, is the unlimited drink package. Now, this could possibly be really good, or it could possibly be really bad.
It's going to go so bad. So bad.
Are you going, Greg?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So we're definitely the three guys that are on here are definitely going to this to the Pew Pew at Sea. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's $563 per person for this for an interior cabin.
For your base package.
For the base package, but you get.
I know, Augie, I missed you, bud. I'm sorry.
You get a $50 per person on board ship credit. We're going to Nassau in the Bahamas. We are going to try to set up to where we can go to Bahamas Airsoft for one of the days and play for a little bit with pistols if we can get this all set up. I mean, as it stands right now with the level of attendance that's there, it's probably going to be pretty easy because I could ship that over to them. Well, Ashley, so here's the cool thing about it, folks, right? If you guys want to get into this and go, it's a non-refundable deposit. I mean, I said that.
It's a refundable deposit.
It's a fully refundable deposit. That way, if you think that you want to go, we only have 6 more days before that group gets locked out. So if you want to go up, then go ahead and put your $50 deposit per person down to secure your room. Now, if you're only going by yourself, don't worry. We'll set you up with a battle buddy. We'll reach out to you, talk with you, see who you match up well with. Put the two of you in the same room. You should be all set and have fun. For those of you that are couples, hey, what's up, Jason? I tried calling your father a few times. I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just going to ask that same question. How's Steve doing? Because he hasn't been returning calls or anything. So
nope.
He's fighting the COVID off. So again, if you're looking at Pew Pew at Sea, we actually have, I think, 12 rooms booked up. So obviously some of these rooms are going to drop off, but they have balcony rooms, you have oceanside views and interior. In addition to that, you also get the 2 specialty hotels. You get to have 2 nights at the specialty restaurant, which is the Goods restaurant that's there. Yep, Op4 Airsoft team's going. He got himself a balcony. And no problem with thanks for the help with Mary Jo. If you guys are having any problems reaching out to her, contact me and I'll make sure you can get in touch with her. This is going to be a fun event. We already got 2 guns plus a bunch of other stuff that's going to be given away for raffle on this. We have some XFOG units. So we have that. That's good. He's doing.
Is he still at home, or he should still be at home.
Is he home or is he at the hospital?
Well, I think he's home. I was asking to see if he wasn't, because he was supposed to go, but I don't know if he went.
I meant to, by the way, Weiner, I meant to ask you, how'd your gun work out at the event?
Oh, awesome! Oh, my MTW with the
D-hop barrel,
the new center barrel and everything. Oh, dude, it was awesome! I can't wait to try out my GBLS.
The GBLS, yeah, we did forget to talk about that too. He wanted GBLS.
Yeah.
Not to interject into the Pew Pew at sea. I just remembered that he won the GBLS.
Yes,
we
I
should
do.
have mentioned that.
He showed it off at the beginning of the.
Yeah,
he showed
I
it
know.
off while you.
Oh, okay. I stepped away. That was
Yeah.
when I stepped away.
Yeah. He's home. Brought him back this morning. So Steve's home from the hospital.
Oh, good. That means
Good.
okay, cool.
Welcome home.
Hopefully, you get the
Welcome
regen.
home.
Yeah.
Shut off armpits.
Hopefully he gets better. Wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
So Pew Pew at Sea. It's going to be an awesome event, guys. Come out, check it out. It's going out of Miami. We will be taking over Miami Airsoft if we have enough people to go on Thursday, early enough in the morning, so that way we get to play all by ourselves and not have to worry about playing with randoms and everything else. So we have a few games lined up for that. The ship itself is the Norwegian Sky, which has a bunch of beautiful rooms and all that. And this is the first one of many that we're going to do. So we're going to turn this into an annual event, which is definitely be the season starter for Airsoft. So yeah, I won.
I was like, "Oh, fucking way!" And then everybody said, "Weiner, Weiner." That was awesome. I think I was more excited about that than the freaking gun.
So if you guys are interested in it, go to Facebook, search for Pew Pew at Sea. There's still definitely plenty of rooms available, balcony, everything else. It'll be a good time. It will be hot enough to where you could actually go into the ocean and all that. For some of you that's up in the frozen north, it'll be nice and warm. And you guys don't have much time before the room block gets closed off, and if you wanted to go, you have to pay the higher rate, which you don't want to do, because that ultimate drink package alone covers not just alcohol, all drinks, including your sodas and everything else. Except for because you don't really want to be drinking the shipboard water. It does not taste that good. Even when you're hungover and drunk, that water does not taste good. So that's Pew Pew at Sea, and I still have Papa for 8 more minutes, and then
7.
So now it's 7. Please also thank Carrie for allowing you to be on.
I will.
To allow you to come on during your vacation to go over all this. So the next thing we're going to talk about, which Papa's definitely going to leave halfway through, or pretty much the beginning of, is Operation Big House. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be like, didn't you guys just talk about this last week? Yes, and we're going to talk about it again and again and again and again leading up to the event. I'll give you all a hint of what's going to be on next week's show. We're going to talk about Operation Big House a little bit, but we're also going to talk about Dragon Siege 2, and then Folda Gap, and of course, Firestorm 2.
Operation Black Dragon Siege, by the way.
Operation Black
Dragon Siege. Not Dragon Siege 2.
Oh, Black
Dragon Siege.
Look, nobody's actually sent me any documents on this thing yet.
There's nothing, but you got you should have your camo already.
You have a computer.
I haven't gotten it from Devin yet. I got to contact him.
And your registration is paid for, so that's all you need to know right now.
That's right. But you know what?
If you're on the black side, and things are changing on a, what's the word I'm looking for? A progressive scale type thing. So it's constantly evolving. So it's not just going to be one op. We're going to be one mission we're going to be doing.
I understand that. I'm just saying it's like I don't have like a lot of the information. So,
but by the way, I'm your XO for the Black Dragon.
I saw that.
Black Dragon League, and Bulldog is your CO.
I saw that too, and I started laughing because I was like, if he thinks he's going to be able to control me, good luck.
Hey, you got DEO in force.
We already know who we're pairing you up with.
Not with us.
You know what? That's definitely not going to be good. It's one or two people.
I'll hold his leash, but I'll let him off it every so often just so he can go do his. But you know what? You and John Logan. You and John Logan can run off and do your lone wolves. Go ahead.
You got to get one of those kid leashes that has the little zip line.
Yep.
If we don't do that at least once for
just yank you back. Constantly pulling you back.
But there's people over there. Get over here. Oh God.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So stick it right to the top of his tack vest.
My battle belt, my H harness.
Yeah, battle belt. You run it off and then
put it on bungee. How far could you go? Feel like all the dogs I trained throughout. Like this is payback for all heel. So Operation Big House 2, for those of you who don't know what it is actually a pretty it's a pretty big it's at a large prison facility that's been decommissioned up in Crescent, Pennsylvania. This event, we're trying to put on a rather large event for it. We're looking at trying to get 400 people out there at least. We're going to have 3 different factions. Oh yeah, Smurf, I am. I put up the profile for Virtue on the Cartel CO. Had to get that video of a Bad Blood in there. Yes, I did. I think it was the perfect way to tie in what he swears will never happen again, which is allowing the enemy to walk right up to him, melee kill him, and then proceed to murder 26 other people. With him saying, "Really? Really?" Oh, still one of my best moments of Airsoft. Oh. So we are going to have 3 factions for this event. Evidently, Papa's now not going to be an XO. He's going to be doing piloting things. So,
unless that's what you want me to do, you asked me what I'm doing. I told you.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to do something else, I don't think that I have the time to be the XO, though. To be honest with you.
You know what? It's one of those things of where you could just control people on. You're good,
dude. I'm bringing an entire store, though.
I know, but the store is going to be shut down when we're out on the field. So,
because that's how it. I what a dick.
No, totally understandable, Greg. But you're really good at making people go a certain direction. Oh my God, there's so much cool stuff that's there.
So Greg, are you driving up there or flying?
I have to drive.
He's got to pull.
I'm bringing the store. I'm the primary vendor.
Yeah, he's also going to be doing the airfill station. So the dead end outfitters will be taking care of all your airfill needs. And oh my God, kid, shut up! Jesus Christ!
Child abuse.
He just dropped 3 F-bombs in the span of 5 seconds.
That's your dog?
No, Damien. That's actually also, I'd like to say thank you, Weiner, for letting me use your vehicle on Thursday. Damien will be getting a new motorized wheelchair with Weiner's assistance by loaning us his trailer. We got to go to Orlando. It's sad circumstances. The reason why we're getting it, a family son recently lost his battle with muscular dystrophy at the age of 31. Now his chair, which is only 6 months old, which has all the bells and whistles on it, is being given to us for free because our insurance company can't get the damn sticks out of their motherfucking asses and give my son what he needs. Yeah, well, that's also the cue for Papa to leave because first off,
I get to chastise you and then say goodbye.
Yeah, I thought you were gone because I saw one bar and your face is like.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, so
no, I'm looking forward to all of it. I get if I can do a little closing statement here, I just want to first thank you everybody for your support, everything that's been going on. Everybody, even Weiner, when the grand opening happened, Weiner came all the way down, shouts me out every chance he gets. You and Bulldog both, the love is amazing, and honestly, really truly looking forward to doing stuff with ATE. I really cannot wait. Everything that we're going to be doing. That's right. I dropped that in there. I'm really looking forward to all that.
We're advertising. LLC should be done, and we should be good to go. We got the patches ordered.
Guys, those of you that have been in South Florida Airsoft for a long time, get ready to watch it just explode and become something even bigger than we ever thought it could be. Always moving forward, always trying to climb, and we're doing it because the community is behind us, and I love that. I've been going through a lot good stuff, just condensed stuff, things that were supposed to happen in one time frame and they didn't, and all of a sudden it all happened all at once. So there's a lot of stress on me, but everybody's been incredibly supportive, and I really do appreciate it. And I thank everybody for that. The help I got at this event, my team, extended help, all of that was wonderful. And I thank you all for that. people supporting the shop. Oh my God, I can't even say enough about that. I'm getting more and more people who I've never even met before. Most of my customers are not people that have ever played on my field. That's amazing to me, and I really truly it's a blessing. I'm humbled by it. It's
I
phenomenal.
told you so.
It's not that I didn't believe you. I couldn't see it. I really didn't. I couldn't see it, and the support, even the
What was it, like
reviews we're
6
getting.
months ago? When's your store open? Oh, Greg, your store open yet?
That's I told that story the other day. I told people that the other day. That the reason I opened it was because of you guys. It was on this stream, and the joke ran from the beginning of the stream to the end of the stream. Beginning of the stream was you should open a store. And by the end of the stream, hasn't the store been open for 2 weeks? And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So, and I will say this. I got to say this as my last piece of motivation for anybody. Don't ever be afraid to follow your dreams. I decided to do this with the support of everybody. I decided not to go back to work, not to work a regular job, and just go for it and do this. And with all the support in the world, regardless of some of the hurdles that were put in place, we made it. And knock on wood, I can say we made it, even though it's only been a month and a half. It was a tremendous opening month. It's been a great second month. And we're seeing a lot of the support, and that's fantastic. And I couldn't ask for anything more.
And you're only going to grow bigger from there, especially with,
Yeah, that's what the doctor said when I was young, and it didn't come true.
Hey, look, I actually got to. You know what? I actually got to send you a video of what I saw in American Ninja Warrior yesterday from season 13, I believe it was. There's a dude that's only 1 inch taller than you. And he damn near won American Ninja Warrior. That dude was all over the place. You reminded me when I was watching that, I was like, "Oh, look, here's another one of Greg's bastard children running around." Augie's been asking for a shout out. So Augie, we love you, brother. We can't wait to see you.
Love you,
but
man.
stick around, brother, because we have to talk to you because as far as I'm aware, you're not on DEO, you're on Op4, and Weiner is going to work with you and against you. So and Ashley, I'll definitely send you some information for all the events and all that, so that way you guys can get out there. If there's one event that you're going to want to go to this year, like before the end of 2021, Operation Lockdown, because depending on what happens with certain legislation, it could mean that this AO disappears for us to use it as airsoft because it might turn into something completely different. But Pop, I know you got to go.
Love you guys. I got to go. Thank you so much again.
Carrie,
Augie,
thank you.
Love you too. I'll talk to you later. That's my shout out for Augie. I will tell Carrie that you guys said thank you very much for her loaning me out, and I will see you. I'll see you guys in no longer than 2 weeks.
Right? I know, right?
So, all right. I'll see you guys soon. Y'all be good.
Later, Papa.
Later.
All right. And then there was two.
Love you, Augie.
So, I do want to go through and I want to play this video. Like the only thing to jump back on, because this video was kind of funny. Laz actually had me in stitches on it. That's why I started laughing. So, because what came through the radio was just freaking hilarious. All right. Check that volume all the way up.
Repeat the last one. Keep on another objective. Wood, dock. Repeat the last one. Wood, dock.
That pole right there looks dangerous.
Oh, it's cock. Wood, cock, black. Wood, cock, black. Wood, negative. Objective. Wood, not twat. Twat, lock. Cock. Wood, cock, twat.
What? Oh.
Repeat the last one.
Woodcock twat.
Oh shit.
All right. So, now it's just you and I, Weiner. So
Yes.
we're going to talk a little bit about Operation Big House. So Weiner is again going to be XO. He's going to be XO of the DEA forces, which we might actually have to pause ticket sales on DEA because it's so heavily one-sided DEA
Really?
versus cartel right now. I mean, obviously, now that Serious Viking's over, you guys should be seeing more information for this. We should probably have a more run on ticket sales. But I would tell you what, cartel is going to be fun to run on because you guys got all the drugs. Fake drugs, by the way, not real.
We will be hunting you down.
I want to see an entire squad of green guys or an entire platoon of green guys just walking through with white powder all across their face. That to me will have me in stitches. So Operation Big House, the Syndicate, it's going to be up in this Crescent prison, which used to first started off a hospital, then turned into a TB clinic or TB hospital, which you then know a bunch of people died there because of that. Then it turned into a insane asylum. Then it turned into a prison. And then it got shut down and bought up by Big House Produce, which they actually are turning some of the cells into actual grow houses and stuff. So, which they have hemp and they have lettuce and stuff. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So if certain legislation changes, I'm sure that a lot more of the property is going to be used for other growing purposes to go through. So if you guys are looking for a really badass AO that hasn't really been used that much, you're bringing a Bible. you need, I swear, you're going to.
He's gonna, yeah.
He's going to walk into a room and start throwing holy water. All of a sudden, he's going to hear shrieks and be like, "That place is haunted." I will say it every single time I get on screen. It is haunted. It is freaky. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait to go out there and do it. But this sort of event is going to be one that if you go out there and you plan to have a good time, you're going to have a good time. 8 Airsoft is coming up as one of their first events that they're going to be at to really promote their stuff. They're going to be bringing out all their cool props that they have. Do you have the props yet?
Not yet, but I will be getting them before the event.
Okay.
You're gonna have to take them up there with you, so we have to get you to go get them. There's a lot. There is a lot of props.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of props that are going to be out there. There's going to be takeable buildings, objectives. Things are going to be hashed out a little bit better. There's going to be some standing buildings that you have to take in control.
Jason, you're going to hear us cheer. There ain't going to be no fight. You're going to hear us cheer. The ghost take you away. Yes. Wouldn't want to be
Op 4 Airsoft, yes, it's all going to be interior, but that space is still huge. I believe there's 20 buildings that we can use in there. That is going to be insane. Just how much space we're gonna actually have. I have to still confirm with what buildings we're not allowed to go into. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the map from the previous one.
Map and the video of the buildings, man, it's insane.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be supporting this event.
Oh shit! What? I have to still confirm. Sorry, that for some reason that popped up on my screen. Because I'm with the Central Penn. So if you guys want more information about it, you can always go to Central Penn Milsim on Facebook and join the page there, so you guys can see a lot of the cool stuff on that. But the cool thing about this event is, for anybody that was there for Operation Lockdown, it really was a beta game. It was a way to test out the facilities, wait to test stuff up. What's up, Brett? Hi. You're gonna call it Ghostbusters? They actually have events there almost on a weekly basis to just go through and do these ghost hunts and just explore the property. There's so much cool shit in there. I kid you not, it is freaking awesome. I mean, just awesome. It's really badass. It's a lot of fun. They do have a lot of wooded areas, but the way that this event's going to be picked up, at least for this one, fitting 600 people inside the AO is not going to be hard if we can get up that big. I would love for it to be that big. Let me just see if I can pull up the map from the previous event.
I like ghosties.
There is going to be a Friday night before the event. There's going to be a JTF mission. Yeah, exactly.
I have an EMI reader, not an EMF reader. Sorry, but the EMI I'll bring. I'll have it with me.
So the JTF missions are going to be are really intense.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
they're gonna be awesome, especially since Echo Force putting them on.
okay. I got the map here. Let me share the screen again. Okay, so this here's the map of the actual AO. Let me just go ahead and this is massive. I mean, this area is massively huge. Now there are a few fences that run through here that are there. They're sort of up here. I definitely got to talk to Josh to see if there's any way that we can make openings inside the interior fences to make people go through. But for the start off for this one, this first red one is going to be is probably going to be the DEO spawn, and we're actually going to move this one, the cartel spawn, all the way down here. These two gates open, so we're going to have both teams staged up at their locate at their
Right
entries.
outside the gate.
So then that way they can get to their locations. In fact, actually, as I'm looking at it, we might switch up the AA or make you guys allow. We're going to probably give you guys an extra 5 minutes to stage up and then go inside. And then once both teams are set up, we'll then do game start. Because you guys have a hell of a run to get up there. We are going to do some runs with people's gear out to the locations. So that way, when they're staged up, there's no real reason to run right directly to your AAs. There's going to be all sorts of stuff to take throughout these buildings. This chapel right here is definitely out of play. So nobody's going to be inside there. These portables are freaking interesting as hell to fight in. That's for damn sure. And there's going to be stuff that's going to be all over the place. So the amount of space that's out here is going to be huge. The amount of fighting that's going to be out there is going to be pretty big. You guys, there's going to be 2 sections for camping. So there's actually 2 levels. There's actually a couple of different places to park and all that. So Augie, the staff camping is going to be up here. The rest of the camping is going to be here, and then we're going to fill up all these spaces with regular parking. So, so you guys are going to be there. When I'm saying it's staff, that's Op4 and everything else. And the reason why we're going to be doing that is we're going to be giving you guys a lot of information that's going through. So the Op4 team here at the start, it's going to be, let's stop sharing for now. Actually, I can leave it back up and just make it smaller. At the start of the game, stop it. Let's see. There we go. We'll put that down there. Swap. All right. So at the start of the game, one of the first missions that both teams are going to be able to do is to secure the pilot for the Huey. Hi. So you guys are going to have some You guys are going to have some drop-ins and everything else of where you're allowed to drop people in and all that stuff. Where you're allowed to go. So we're going to have me put in with Op4, and whatever team gets to pilot first is going to get a point advantage. They're going to score some points. Plus, they're going to get 3 helo drops. These helo drops, when we go in, we're going to go in hot and heavy, drop people in, and then take off again. So it's going to come in under fire, drop, and take off again. There's going to be fuel dumps that both teams have to go to in order to use their technicals. So there's going to be 2 technicals out there. There's going to be the Jolly Roger Humvee as it stands right now, and then of course the gun truck. The Jolly Roger will be DEAs, and the gun truck will be cartels. So going over the vehicle rules on that to make sure it's clear for everybody. BBs cannot take out a vehicle, so don't shoot the vehicle with BBs. Right, Weiner?
Yep.
Gunners don't get shot in the vehicles.
Hate when that happens.
Well, I mean, it's again goes down to the
No,
safety.
I'm just saying. We just came from the Wisconsin game, so I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
which was fucking awesome. Well, I bought your mirror. I paid for your mirror. We're good. We're good.
Weeder totally shot out my mirror. But it's one of those things where while I was luckily the vehicle was stationary, but ricochets were coming in to that window, and it was pelting the back of my neck on this on this side. So the side where the windows were up is ricocheting off and nailing me in the neck. I was like, "Ow!" That
I
fucking hurt.
didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel a thing.
So it's actually going to be this one's going to be a really cool event. But also the vehicles are not going to be constantly moving in play. They have to be strategic with the vehicles. All right. So it's not like that you could just send the vehicles out, they get blown up and they come back. There's a certain period of time that they have to have. So if you cut off their ammo supply, wherever the fuel dumps will be, then you do a really good job at limiting what sort of power they have. After the first mission, like whoever first secures the mission, the Op4 is then going to work with the other team to re-secure the pilot. So there's going to be another battle. I'm going to be put into a location where they have to attack. And then, obviously we're going to try to do rescue stuff. So there's going to be more dynamic missions like that. We're going to have the Echo 4 guys out there with a crap ton of pyro, making a hell of a lot of noise. So if you guys thought there was noise last time, it's going to be noisy again.
Bring your ear pro.
Yeah, bring your ear pro. There's going to be some Stinger missiles to take down the chopper.
Chopper. Get to the chopper.
The pilot will execute you right back, sir. Nikolai takes meth. That's how he survives so well.
Brax? Is Brax coming?
Brax is coming. As far as I'm aware, Brax is going to be coming because he's bringing the Jolly Roger, so he better come. Sweet. It's a major event. It's like we have some really awesome sponsors for this. We have Dead End Outfitters, of course. They're one of the primary. The other primary is Amped Airsoft. So whatever one doesn't have, the other probably will have. I'm bringing my Vietnamese hat. Oh, God.
Greg will get flashbacks.
We're going to have X-Fog out there.
Good.
We're going to have Screech Dragon Studio / Players Wanted will be out there. I'll be selling the patches and Joker's box of useless gear. This thing, every single time I sell stuff out of it, you think I can go down in boxes. No, more stuff just magically appears inside of it. I just don't know where it comes from. So you're also going to have, I think, Tactical Airsoft Combats Simulations is going to be out there as well. TAC, Sam Johnson is going to be out there. I think that we're going to have a couple other people out there as well. We just have to finalize making sure that they're coming or not. High Powered Airsoft is also being the sponsor for the Chronos. Hell yeah, those Chrono stations. And for all the problems that we had at lockdown, at least Chrono wasn't one of them. You and Bulldog are going to help with Chrono Station. I know that. So the Chrono should move smoothly pretty fast. Going back to the loadout here. Hold on. So right down here, this building is building 2. That building is not going to be in play. That's actually where our all of our vendors are going to be at. That's also, we're going to have a spot out the back to where we can do Chrono right out the back. So then that way people are going to come in, register, go right out to Chrono. Come in, register, go right out to Chrono. This way too, you also get to see the vendors when you come in and out. So that'll be good. So go through there. We're also going to have it to where when we go to do the raffle, that people can earn extra raffle tickets by grabbing a big trash bag and filling it up with a bunch of garbage. So if you guys want to earn an extra raffle ticket, grab a bag. We have some pretty cool stuff that's going to be for this event. I'm really looking forward to getting back out on this AO again. Just to be, I can't even express just how badass this place is when you walk through it. Hey, Weiner, there's something that you might be able to fix there. It's an X-ray machine.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's all we need to get that thing up and running. That make everybody glow for the rest of the time.
I know, right?
Gosh. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to have you guys out there. 8 Airsoft's also going to be out there with their table. That's who I was thinking about. You guys are also sponsors of the event.
Yep.
You guys are going to have your table set up to there. You can talk
about. We'll have a table that will be sitting there. We'll have some patches there, and you just meet the 2 old farts who started this event company.
Yeah, it's and I'm one of the ones that like really are trying to support you guys as much as possible.
We appreciate it. Definitely
To
appreciate
bring
it. That's what it's kind of like our coming out party at this event. It'll be our very first event where we're going to be sponsoring out. We will have a gun to raffle off for the event. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we'll have a gun to raffle off.
Yeah, there's a really nice one that's sitting inside your house there right now.
Yeah, but that's not going to be raffled off. No, that's gonna be my travel gun when I start flying to events because ATA is such a pain in the ass taking an airplane.
That'll be one of those things where it's like, oh, all right, here's my ticket. Tape that bitch down to the bottom.
That's right. I saved the ticket too. I've got the ticket.
That's honestly what I did with the when I won that flag, the Operation Lion Claw Milsim simulations.
Yep, that is awesome. Yep,
that ticket, you can see the yellowness right there. That's
right there. You
that's
saved your
I
ticket on
saved
it.
the
Yeah,
ticket.
that's one of the next things I want to win is one of those.
Yeah, actually, I got that one. I got that one made. The Players Wanted one.
Yep.
From Patriotic Frog. I got another.
We'll get one done up. We'll get one done up for 8 Airsoft too. Yeah, but we've got some stuff in the works. I mean, we got some pretty cool AOs.
I'm going to be mentioning this a little bit more, but since it's like towards the end of the stream and we've already pretty much covered all the topics that we really need to cover.
Yeah, I just covered things I want to cover.
What there is?
Well, just minor thing, nothing major.
Oh,
so I just
then
want
go for it.
I just want Black Dragon Siege. Try and get people out to that.
Yeah, how much was the tickets for that again?
You're asking. You caught me off because I don't know. Hang on, I'll tell you. Hang on. Black Dragon Siege.
You
probably get it faster than I can.
Oh yeah, I probably could.
Now my son's calling. He's gonna have to wait. On stream. Let's see. What wrong page? Tickets are. Come on, Black Dragon Siege. There you are. Of course, my phone. Everything's going slow now. Live Q&A. That's not what I want. I want the page for the event. Black Dragon Siege.
Fine. Tickets. All right. I'm already on it.
Invite ticket. Oh, thank you. I figured you'd be.
It looks like they are $40 a piece for a one-day event.
Yep.
Saturday, October 2nd. That's interesting. They're using Ticket Leap as well.
Yes, they are. It's something we will be using too. For doing our events.
I will say for Ticket Leap and all that, while it's great, it's also limiting a little bit at the same time. So I'll tell you about that pretty much offline. It's okay, but it's not the. I don't think it's the best like POS system. Point of sale is what I mean, not
right.
It looks like this one's going to be a lot of fun. Oops, get rid of that.
I don't know why I'm not getting to this page. That's just because I'm probably clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, my son just called me a hoe, told me to call him. I will. We're getting ready to get off the stream if you're on there, knucklehead.
To answer the question, how many vehicles are going to be out there? We're going to have 3 vehicles total. We're going to have the Humvee that are in play. We're going to have the Humvee. This is Josh. He's one of the guys that works over there at Big House. We're going to have my gun truck, the bus, and then 2 people driving around in ATVs. So that are not in play. They are admin things. So Skywalker is going to be happy that he gets to drive an ATV around from point to point so he can blow up buildings and all that. So he'll be happy about that. But Black Dragon Siege, it's going to be at Wasteland Ops in Ocala.
Outside of Ocala.
So, which is it's a nice field for the area. To go through, it's run by Rage Custom Airsoft. I'm actually going to be out there on the black team.
Black Legion. We'll be on the Black Dragon Legion. I'll be the XO for Black Dragon Legion.
And I know what you're just going to do. You're just going to point at me and say, "Go kill it."
Take care of it.
Yep, there. Bye.
I'm those guys right there. We need them gone.
I'm honestly contemplating just running the LMG.
Really?
Yep. I'm honestly contemplating it.
All outdoors, no MED.
I know that's. I mean, I got. Where is it? I have the Stoner LMG that I could always run.
Yeah.
Or I have the other LMG that's missing.
And if I'm understanding right, Bulldog and I can be captured.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, no, I didn't think it would. Not with the guys we got for Black Dragon Legion.
No, I'll shoot you first.
We're putting that.
I might not save you, but I will shoot you.
We're putting that challenge out there.
Oh, look, they're capturing our CO and XO. I'll save them. Pop, pop. Hit. I thought you said you were going to save them. I was like, they're not captured anymore, are they?
That's right. I'm aiming for your butts. Who's that? Oh,
You're aiming for our butts.
Look,
Look, I always say this all the time, where people think that I don't, where it seems like I don't ever get hit or anything else. I'm not hard to take out.
Nope.
I can be taken out. It's just that I come from angles and directions where you just don't expect it, and
that's right.
I'm savage for a big fat guy. I move fast, so I mean, I'm looking forward to that because it's pissing me off that this week I got to go play airsoft by myself at Miami Airsoft. I'm a little bit annoyed with Tinker. I yelled at him already.
What's wrong with Tinker? Oh yeah,
he's no.
Okay.
Tinker didn't have COVID. Tinker's doing some side hustle, working on jobs and stuff.
Gotcha.
So he's actually he's working on his buddy's car and getting paid to do it. So I can't really blame him, but I can still yell at him. I'm still going to act like tomorrow that I'm going to go and play airsoft, and he's not going to be there, and then he's going to pull the same bullshit he pulled last time, which is, so do you want to play airsoft? Because it's going to start pouring. So besides Black Dragon Siege, what else did you want to talk about?
Real quick, you mentioned XFOG.
Yes.
Now, I've had this dilemma for a while now, and I keep seeing them, but I don't know where to get them. But people have clips that clip to the earpieces of your iPro that hold the hoses in the right spot. Now I don't know if somebody's printing them, 3D printing them.
Hey, if you give me
or making them, whatever it is, but I need a set bad. I also have an idea for a different type of hook to hook them into your actual iPro itself. But if you have those ones that hook onto the earpiece that zip tie and hold the hoses in the right place and don't crimp them, and you hold, somebody let me know, please. Just DM me or get on here, whatever it is. I've been looking all over the internet, can't find the shit. But I saw a couple guys wearing them, but I was in the middle of battle and didn't get a chance to ask them where they're at and where they got them from.
Because what I want to put for the big goggles, like for this style, I just got to go to the hardware store and find it. Because there's ways that you can put it inside the top. Like I've seen people do it before. They put them in the top of this style of the goggles. Yeah. They're like little brass fittings. You just screw both in from each side, plug the hose right in, and now it's got the pressure there instead of having to put a hose underneath or inside. Because I need it for my
I want something that's going to be shaped like a vacuum cleaner, like one of those vacuum cleaner tools, but it blows it out and kind of
as a blade
straight across the whole. It's the whole lens.
As a
blade.
They
work phenomenal. Believe me, if you haven't used an XFOG and you have a problem with fogging, buy the XFOG. Get a hold of Aaron Bennett.
It's well worth. They're like what?
$65.
Like $80. $65.
$65 for the whole kit. I think really $65. Yeah, depends on where you're buying it from. They are out there. Look on eBay too. They're on eBay. But called XFOG. They're awesome. I have mine. I wear mine attached to my ball cap because I have Velcro on the back of my ball cap or tactical caps. And I wear those.
I don't know if you saw this or not, but I drilled mine into the back of my helmet.
Oh, where you put your hoses through? Yeah.
And I put the hoses through inside, and that way at least it stays on top of the where it needs to stay.
Right now I'm just having such a hard time. I mean, that's half my problem when I'm fighting is keep my glasses unfogged, and it works phenomenal. But because the way it just sticks in between the gasket and your lens, or between your face and the gasket, it's such a pain in the ass. So I want to work on developing because whoever develops it comes up with it. Can probably make $20 a set. Easily.
Yeah. I'll talk to Greg again.
And I may say, fuck y'all. I may get myself a 3D printer and figure out how to do it myself. Just because I'm getting quite frustrated with trying to get it done.
Well, so I have something that an announcement I want to do. And it looks like it's something that I'm finally going to force myself to do.
You're pregnant?
I'm due in April. No, so as a lot of you guys know that have known me for any point in time, I talk about my son a lot with his muscular dystrophy. It's
pat yourself on the back regularly.
I'm going to pat you. I'm going to pat you on my back. Full auto with the stoner. Just saying. What the fuck? I was just patting you on the back, bro.
As long as you hit me in the backpack, we're good.
What? So there's been something I've been wanting to do for really my son's diagnosis really hit, especially when we got the bad news. We thought it was Becker's, then it turns out it's Duchenne's. Duchenne's is the worst form of muscular dystrophy. And one of the things I've been thinking about for the longest time was doing an epic bike ride for him to raise money for him to help with getting us the stuff that we need. Because in addition to needing a proper wheelchair, like we're still trying to get him the Action Track chair. When I say that this thing's been going on for 2.5 years with no end in sight, it's still going on. The price is just $22,000 for this chair. For him to be able to go out and do airsoft and be active, do Boy Scout shit and all that, it's just something that he needs. In addition to that, my son is 11 years old, 5'4" tall, even though his legs are at an angle, and he weighs 135 pounds. Well, I've already thrown my back out 3 times lifting his ass up from his chair into the shower. My wife has actually been doing better because she's younger than me, and she's doing some better lift weights and all that stuff. So she's actually been able to manhandle the kid a little bit better, but almost she dropped him the other day, getting him out of the shower. So we have to remodel our entire bathroom to make it wheelchair accessible. The bathroom inside of his room, our bathroom won't accommodate it. So because of all that stuff, I decided that I was going to do this. It is a 2,200 mile bike ride. So it starts at mile marker 0 down here in the Keys. And wait, it's actually probably higher. Hold on. It set me. Oh, it's going to be 2,300 miles.
Well, it's 100 miles.
Oh, yeah. What's an extra 100 miles when you're already doing 2,000? So be expecting that we're going to be talking about this a hell of a lot more as the things come closer, because the goal is to go pretty much up the entire eastern seaboard, all the way to almost the very northern portion that you can get in Connecticut, which is Van Buren. So just before the thing. So keep your eyes out for this, because we will be talking quite a bit about this. The whole goal is to help raise money for him to get the stuff that he needs for his medical needs, and then also raise money for Muscular Dystrophy Association, the extra funds and all that. So it's going to be one hell of an epic bike ride.
I'll be in the chase vehicle.
Huh?
I'll be in the chase vehicle.
For a month straight?
Sure, why not? I'll take time off.
Weiner, if you do that, my friend, we're hitting a lot of airsoft places along the way. Because I went through and I started looking at like all the airsoft locations that are up there, with the exception of I think Maine. There's an airsoft location somewhere in the area, every single state that we're going through. So, and I'm gonna start it next year. So, one of the phone calls I got during the stream was the bike shop just before the stream started, was the bike shop telling me my bike is now fixed and ready to go. So I'm picking that up tomorrow, and I'm going to start doing the weight training to do it. So the funny thing is, sir, the pregnancy jokes are only going to last for so much longer, because once we get back to biking, I actually lose a lot of that gut just because of the tuck stuff that we're doing up there. So, but looking at it, it looks like there's elevation, and I could be wrong, but it looks like there's elevation of, it looks like it's 1,100 feet. I was like to say, elevation up and down 29,000 feet. That's freaking Mount Everest.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that, guys, because the airsoft community can really help out. That plus the money helps go with Battle Bus Adventures, so we could actually bring people with limited mobility out on the airsoft fields. With that all being said, that's our show for tonight. So unless you have something else to add, Weiner?
Nope. Just begging for stuff.
Just begging for stuff?
No, I want that. I want that X-Fog, those X-Fog mounting.
The X-Fog things. I'll see if I can find the STL file, because I actually got to get my 3D printer back up and running again.
Yeah, because that's right. You got a 3D printer, and then I'm not. Once I get in the new house, my man cave will have one single 3D printer in it. I will have one.
So, and I guess I'll see you in 2 days, sir. So that way
I'll see you in 2 days. Yep, we'll see you Thursday evening.
So
Thursday afternoon. When are you coming up? when you come up Thursday?
I need to pick it up Thursday, like around lunchtime, if possible.
If I get done with the install tomorrow, yeah, I should be able to make that. Yeah, I
Okay.
should have the install completed tomorrow, and I should be able to do
Okay.
that. Worst case
Like
scenario, I'll leave it sitting unlocked with the keys and everything in the back end, right by.
Yeah,
right
you
outside
can just
front
give
of
me
the house.
the address. I'll pull up and I'll
Yep.
hit you up
Just slip
because
up in and go to town.
I'm gonna go see my
I'll make
grandson
mom
for.
come out and give you some cookies.
Yeah, the kids will love that because actually the kids are coming up too because
Oh,
we're going to see
cool.
my grandson.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, sweet.
Zach just turned 1 year old 6 days ago. So
Munir,
Yordi's on.
Yordi's on. You just showed up. Say
That's
hello.
It has not popped up on my end yet.
Yeah, I see it here. 21:36. Yep.
Well,
21:36
hey,
and 42
Yordi.
seconds.
How you doing? So we're gonna go see
off
my
and
son.
late.
We're gonna go see my grandson in Orlando for lunch, and then 4:30 is when we go to pick up the actual
Okay, cool.
wheelchair. And
Yeah,
then
I'm
we go-
about depends on what part of Orlando you're going into. About just under an hour to Orlando from my
I
house.
figured I was gonna go up to see you first, grab the trailer first, then go see the family for lunch, and then go and pick up the wheelchair.
Because
So,
you rode Orlando over straight to 50 or back to 528.
Yeah.
When you
So,
over. Yep.
but other than that, I think it was a good show. I want to thank everybody for sticking with. We always have, like, I swear, it's the same. We have like 9 or 10 people that always watch from start to end, and because you're here at the very end, we want a big old thank you.
Thank you.
The other thing is
Right,
we're
I can't
back
do a
to
hard-
being
hard version
monetized
this
again.
time.
I know, right? Nice big heart. We're back to being monetized again. So you guys are really helping us build our channel and everything else. You know, I think your entire watch time is probably going to equate to 3 cents, but it helps us out. So we want to thank you very much for everybody that's paid attention. Hopefully we can check you out if you can see us at Black Dragon Siege. Check us out at Folded Gap. So next week's episode for sure, we're going to talk about Black Dragon Siege. We'll
next week. Black Dragon. Yep, next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That'll be the last time we talk about it.
Yep, because the event's on Saturday.
We'll talk about Pew Pew at sea again because I think that'll be the last time we could do that. And then we'll talk again about Operation Big House. Plus, we'll go over Folded Gap and a little bit of Firestorm too. So, guys, again, if you're interested in the Airsoft cruise, go to Pew Pew at sea. Get the number, make your reservation, contact me, get your reservation. So that way you can get locked in on these really good rates. You're saving yourself a bunch of money, and we'll have a good, it'll have an awesome time there. I can almost guarantee that. Until next time, I'm Joker from Players. That's Weiner from 8 Airsoft. Until next time, we see you.